Hello, wonderful people. Welcome back to another night of My Life Has Destiny podcast. Tonight, we are going to talk about a serious topic that needs to be addressed, that should have been addressed before now, but we're going to unpack it real good for you. We're going to empty out the whole suitcase tonight to
Yes.
make sure that we hit everything concerning this particular topic. Um, Before we get into the topic and go straight into it, I do have a couple people that I want to thank. I don't even know who you guys are, but whoever you are that has sent me the Monopoly games over the last few days, because somebody heard that I collect them. Thank you guys for adding to my collection. Thank you for the surprise gifts. I so appreciate you. So, whoever you are, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you for adding to my collection. And I understand that I got more to come. So I appreciate you. Um, they sent me the Wakanda Forever Monopoly.
Come on,
Oh,
I
Wakanda.
got the Christmas Monopoly.
all right
Yes,
now.
yes.
And I got an email from Amazon saying I'm expecting four more. So I don't know what those are until I get
Oh,
them.
All
But
that's
right.
so
thank you,
wonderful.
thank you guys for
Yes.
adding to my collection, and I so dig the Wakanda for everyone. So I appreciate that. That was really really
Mhm.
nice. Oh, and
Well,
let me hold them up for y'all. So I will
Yeah,
let
let,
y'all
let me
see
see.
them.
Let me see.
So this is the Christmas Monopoly one
Wow.
oh, hey,
with
Simone.
Santa and
Awesome.
all the little reindeers,
Wow, that is wonderful.
and then we got the Wakanda Forever.
Come
All
on,
right.
Wakanda.
I thank you guys for sending those out to me. And when I get the other ones, I will show those to you guys as well. So I
Yes,
appreciate
that's
y'all.
Awesome.
awesome.
Um,
Awesome.
like I
Awesome.
said, whoever you are, I'm appreciating you. So whoever, if you listening, just give me a thumbs up, high five, something, so I know it was you. I appreciate it. Hey Simone, how are you, sweet pea? And yes, it is really, really nice. I appreciate it. Like I said, I told people that I collect them. I didn't expect nobody to just ship them out to me though. So, but I appreciate it. So, it's nice to be thought about. Let me put it like that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, but I do hope that everybody had a great Christmas
Yes.
holiday. I hope
Yes.
you
Yes.
guys are gearing up for watch night at church.
Yes,
Yes.
If you are choosing not to be at church and you going out to party, please be careful.
please be
Please
careful,
be
y'all.
careful. Y'all know there's some crazy stuff happening in the world today.
Woo. Help us, Lord.
Things don't have no names attached to them.
Hey, Auntie Brenda.
Okay, so I just need y'all to be careful, please. All
Mm-hmm.
right, we want all of our some people sent those to me, so I just want all of our people that we know and love that are connected to us to stay safe and
Yes,
be
Yes,
careful.
please do.
definitely.
All right. Hopefully, you'll go to church, and then if you still decide you want to party later. But
Mm-hmm.
go to
Get your
church
praise
first.
on. Get your praise on.
Go to church first, get covered, and then go out.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right.
Need
So
coverage.
that's what I would prefer for you guys. But do what you like, but just stay safe over the
That's
weekend.
Amen.
right.
All right. So no, I did not create those. That is something that I might need to do. I
Come
might need to
on.
create them off of a resin Monopoly game. Don't
Yes.
give me
Come
That'd
on
be
ideas.
with
nice.
ideas. Come on, witty ideas.
That'd
Yeah,
be
so
real
I
nice.
appreciate it. So I do have some new products though coming down the pipe. You guys will see that coming up in January, February ish.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
That'll be added to my repertoire of things that I make by hand.
Yes.
So, and this one will be actually skincare stuff.
Okay.
So you guys will get a chance to catch on to that because my skin is so sensitive. So I figured out to do stuff for my own skin
That's
and
Hey,
it.
see if other people will enjoy it. So
that's
yes.
good.
Um and hey cousin Deborah, good evening. How are you? And so before we get started, Quint, give us a little snippet of something before we get started. And the same for you, LHG. Tell the
A,
people who you are. Tell the people.
a little snippet of something. Um,
Just tell the people how you are.
Hey guys, so it's great to be back here again for another episode of My Life Has Destiny podcast. Look, y'all know anything can happen on this show, so I'm praying that everybody had a blessed, productive um, Christmas. I'm praying y'all looking forward to a great holiday. I'm praying that everybody comes together in unity and there's no division during the holiday season. Um, so please, please, please walk in forgiveness.
Yeah.
Um, don't allow anything to disturb you, to distract you. Don't hold grudges in this season because life is short. So
Yes.
I'll give y'all that. I also have coming real soon. It's already been created a massage oil that is out, and I'm creating my own tinctures. My massage oil is geared towards pain, and it's called Pure Pleasure. So for those of you that may be interested in a massage oil that is geared toward pain because you're in a lot of pain, in your body and stuff, hit me up. So that's what I have. LHG, it's in your hands.
Good evening, everyone. This is LHG. I am the host of Critical Conversations. I am the
Thanks,
owner of
Simone.
Polished on Purpose Paparazzi. Oh, my little snippet would be here we are at the end of a year and at the cusp of something new. Time is filled with swift transitions.
Hmm.
None on earth unmoved can stand. I just suggest you build your hopes on things eternal. And even if you got to put some glue on your hands, hold on to his hands.
Yes.
Because at this point, this year has shaken me down to the white meat. However, God's rebuild game
It's
is something absolutely
Yes.
awesome. So we're not going to focus on what we lost, but we're going to keep our eyes focused on the rebuild.
That's
And we
right.
have to reset. Resetting isn't quitting. We're
That's
still
right.
in the game. We just had to have a cool down for a minute to get quiet, see what God is saying, what God is doing. And He's saying something, He's doing something. He's a progressive God. So I really believe He's always moving. So that's my snippet. I'm grateful to be a tag along this evening with my girls, letting me in on this conversation. And I just look forward to what this new year, new season, new horizon brings for all of us.
Yes.
yes, yes,
Amen.
yes. So, I do want to say this concerning these wonderful things that we call New Year's resolutions.
Hmm.
Um, don't make a resolution that you don't have no plans on keeping
I know that's right.
Amen.
because it's just redundant at that
Mm-hmm.
point. Do things that you know you plan on knocking off. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Meet some goals, get
Yeah.
some things done, rebuild your credit, start a
Yes.
business,
Amen.
think, write a book, all of these wonderful things that you can do that will set you up for
Yeah.
your next. You catch
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So do those type of resolutions. All right.
Absolutely.
You know, I don't care if you got to come up with collaborations
Come
with
on.
people that you know that's ready to move forward on something. Do some
Woo.
collaborations, but make sure you collab with the right people.
Yes.
You catch what
Amen.
I'm saying? Don't collab with people that are stagnant and procrastinating,
No, don't
not
do it.
knowing where they headed, that type of thing. You got to get with somebody that's already where you want to go. You catch what
Come
I'm
on.
saying? And hop on the bandwagon and figure some things out. Whatever you don't know, learn, you
Yes.
know,
Mm-hmm.
and just get some knowledge about some things that can further you in this season, this next season that's coming up.
That's
Because the
right.
next season, the next tide is turning
Wow.
and it is here and it'll be here quicker than what you know.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
my
Okay,
God.
don't miss the boat. Don't miss the boat. It's gonna pull up to the bank, to the
Come
shore.
on. Don't be tardy for the party.
It's gonna blow the horn one time and one time only.
Woo.
That's
And you need
it.
to be
I know
ready
that's
to
right.
go, okay?
One
And you
horn
need
blow.
to be ready to go.
That's
I
good.
had a conversation with a lady who well in her 60s. And then my
Mm,
husband actually showed me a video of another lady in her 60s talking about the same thing that me and the other lady had a conversation about. And the conversation was, she said, I'm 60 years old. I'm in my 60s and I just started living.
ooh, wee. That's
Okay.
heavy.
In her 60s. And then my husband showed me a video of another lady who said, I'm 61 and I just started living as well.
My God, that's heavy.
Don't do that to yourself
My
at
God.
this time. Take the time out and live life. Have fun. Enjoy some things. You only got one life to live, honey.
One.
And one. And you don't want to live it on the couch.
That's
Oh, my
it.
Lord.
Okay. You don't want to live it in somebody's hospital bed.
My Lord.
You know what I'm saying? I understand we all might have ailments. We all might have something going on. Honey, you better throw on some Bengay and get out there.
Listen.
Yes.
Come on
You
here.
understand what I'm saying? And
That's right.
so, I mean, don't sit back and allow things in life to bog you down so much that you stop living.
Mm-hmm.
Amen. That's
Okay.
so good.
Because it's very important that you live. You do not
Yes.
want to
Right.
just sit around existing.
That's
Yes.
right.
That is not a life.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, come
Okay,
on
that
this
is
evening.
not that's not a life.
My
And
God.
I promise you, listening to them and then watching that latest video, I was just like, that is so sad. Like
It is.
60 years old, you would have thought that you could sit down and tell me all the places you traveled to,
Yes.
all the stuff that you
Mm-hmm.
and your hubby went and done. But the lady in the video that said she was 61, she said, I ain't never been married.
Wow.
She said, so I'm single and at 61, I
Mm-hmm.
ain't got nothing.
Wow.
She
Wow.
said, all I have done is work in church. And now
Ooh.
that she said, and now that I'm retired, all I got is church. She was like, so I'm just now realizing that I gotta live.
Come
And,
on.
and she said, even though I love God and I love everything that He about,
Mm-hmm.
He's not telling me that I can't live.
That's
That's right.
right.
So, and I want you guys to understand that just because you are saved,
Yes.
you could be saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled, and travel.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay?
With the fire.
Right. You could
Put
be
the
saved,
fire on the
Mm-hmm.
Holy Ghost,
highway, honey. Put the
you could be
fire on the
Holy Ghost
highway.
filled, and you could go out to a nice place where they have like live entertainment.
Yes.
Does
Yes.
that mean that you are sinning?
Yes. Come
No.
No.
on.
That does not mean you went out and sinned.
Come
No.
on
Just because you
here.
stepped foot in the place, you could be in the place, and even though other people are doing what they're doing, you can
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
still be you. You don't have to
That's right.
change to nobody. You can still go out
Ooh.
and enjoy you.
That's
Yes.
right.
You understand? Do
Come on
not sit
here.
around and act like you cannot enjoy life.
That's right.
Yes.
First
That's
of
right.
all, to piggyback off of what she said, the Bible says that he gave us life more abundantly, right?
Yep.
Yes.
For us to have it at the full. So at the full means like overflow.
That's
How
right.
can
Yes.
how can you live life in the full but not be living?
You
My
can't.
God. You can't.
That
You
don't
can't.
work.
That
It
don't work.
contradicts itself. You catch what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that doesn't work. It contradicts itself. So you have to live in order to enjoy it to the full.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
right.
So, understand that you can enjoy life, but you don't have to compromise nor change you in order to
That's
do so.
right.
That's right.
Trust me, I enjoy life. Me and my husband go out to places. We enjoy them, watch the live bands. We sit at the seat and rock, get up and
Yes.
dance every once in a blue moon when my body
Yes.
allows me to. But I don't have to change me.
That's right.
Ooh. That's so
That's
good.
what I'm saying. So enjoy yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy yourself. Have that wonderful date night.
That's
Go
right.
to the
Yes.
movies.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Yes.
you know
Keep
what?
that fire burning.
You know what? Drive 3 hours to the next city.
I know that's
Yes.
right.
Get a room
Mm-hmm.
and go
Yes.
enjoy the city for the weekend. Go do
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
something that gets you out of the norm. The problem
Yes.
is
Absolutely.
we have got so caught up in the norm
We
that
have.
is routine and you don't go past it.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And so
Right.
we got to do better, y'all.
That's
We
right.
have to.
Because I can guarantee you, I'm not gonna be 60 and I ain't live no life.
No.
I
I
know
can
that's right.
guarantee that.
No. I
Okay,
bind that up in the name of
I
Jesus.
love to literally get on the road too much. So
Mm-hmm. I
that's
know
really
that's
not
right.
my my forte.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's just like we have to do better as people.
We do.
Us ladies need to learn how to come together more,
We
Yes.
do.
do stuff with each other,
Mm-hmm.
and not feel like we got to tear each other apart.
Ooh, come on, that part.
With our mouths talking about people. For
Mm-mm.
those that are, that's right. So Simone, for those that are connected to me, y'all saw I made a post yesterday, I believe it was, where I
Mm-hmm.
said you need to check yourself before you talk about somebody else because somebody know you too.
Come on now.
Hmm.
Your whole mouth when you talking to, first of all, how do you have the time in your day to stop, sit down, and have a whole conversation about somebody else and what they do?
Ooh, who got that kind of
You
time?
I mean, my whole thing is, and then if the people are bringing it to you, the whole question is, what did you say?
that
Right.
Did you listen to it
Yeah,
that
or
part.
did you shut it down?
that's right.
So, I have gotten to the point where people call me. I literally got woken up the other morning by somebody wanting to call me to talk about somebody else. I said, first of all, it's 7:30 in the morning. Did you really just call me to talk about somebody else? I know you didn't. Have a good day. And I hung right up while they were still talking.
Wow.
Yes.
Because you woke me up for foolishness.
Mhm.
Foolishness.
So, I just don't have the time for that. Like,
Right.
I
It's not
mean,
worth it.
if you want to talk to me about business, sure.
Mhm.
If you want to talk to me about you, sure. But don't call
Mhm.
me to talk about somebody else.
I know
And
that's
called
right.
during office hours.
I'm saying, like, I mean,
Nine to
you call
five.
me
Big
at
Red said 9 to 5.
7:30 in the morning, like you knew I was about to turn over, and you let me call you. This is what I'm gonna hit you with first thing in the morning. No,
No.
Don't nobody want their spirit messed up that early in
First
the
no.
thing in the
morning with some
morning.
nonsense. Mm-mm.
So
Cut.
no, we
You
not
better
gonna do
get in
that.
some prayer at some
Right,
Yes.
seven
we're not
thirty in the
gonna do
Intercession.
morning.
that. We're not
Yes.
gonna do that to each other in 2023 because I
Mm-mm.
don't want to hear about nobody else.
No.
Mm-mm.
I really don't. If somebody ain't moving and shaking, that's their business.
Right.
Show is.
Okay, I don't want to hear about how they not doing nothing.
Mhm.
Okay, obviously you're not doing nothing either because you're talking about them.
Right.
And there's a word for that. Projecting.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
and here's the other word: mind your business.
That
Right.
part.
It's a whole statement by itself.
Exactly.
Mind your business.
Right.
They made a whole gospel song about it.
Okay,
Listen.
I'm telling you, y'all better learn how to mind it. Because these
Mhm.
days and times, not minding your business get you caught up.
Caught
Hmm.
all the way up.
Okay, so I'm telling you,
Mm-mm-mm.
learn how to worry about you.
Mhm.
Because while your head is on somebody else, theirs ain't on you.
Mhm.
Wow.
You too busy making somebody else famous,
That part.
and you can't even market yourself. Come on here,
That part.
you catch what I'm saying? We're
Ooh-wee.
not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
Mhm.
So
Mm-mm.
I'm telling you, we got to get it together, ladies. We got to get together. We got to do stuff. We got to build each other up. We got to help each other out.
Look what Simone
Mhm.
says. All of your business
Yes.
belongs
Belongs to yes,
to you.
Yes,
right.
Simone.
I'm telling you,
That's it right there.
girl.
I love it, Simone.
Yes,
All of your
that's it.
business.
I'm telling you, it's just one of them things that we got to get better at that. Before I talk about you, I'll pray for you. And if I feel in
Yes.
my brain that I can't do that, I'm not gonna say nothing at all.
That part.
Yes.
Mama and granddaddy and mama and grandma too used to say, if you ain't got nothing good to say, shut your face.
Shut your face.
Yes.
Shut
So
it
that's
up.
that's what we gonna do.
That's
Yeah,
right.
if I don't have anything positive to say, it's nothing at all.
That's
That's
right.
it.
It's a smile and a nod,
Mhm.
Yep.
and that's all you get.
Mhm.
So,
That's
you
right.
know, but we finna break this here topic down. This topic comes after reports of children wanting to commit suicide
My
due
God.
to parents not wanting to listen.
Hmm.
This conversation comes after parents feeling like your child is a burden when you the one
Help
that
us.
lay down to make them.
Help us, Lord.
Okay. This conversation is coming after one parent feeling like their life is too important and is more important than the children you make.
Yeah.
And so this is the type of conversations that we're going to have tonight. We're going to break some stuff down and hopefully it'll break some chains off some people.
Yes.
And you
Do
can
it,
start
God.
changing your mindset about what you feeling and what you doing, because I don't know what's happening. I've had so many conversations with young people
Mm.
since Sunday that is bothering me. Okay. And so we're talking about some things tonight. And I
Mhm.
hope that some of the parents are listening.
Please listen,
You know what I mean?
parents.
This is not a conversation to rag on you, but this is a conversation to make you aware that you need to
Yes.
do better as a
Yes.
parent. All right. So the
Absolutely.
first thing that we're gonna start with is um parents, if I'm a mom
Mhm.
and I'm co-parenting with the father,
Mhm.
I'm not going to tell my child that their father isn't nothing.
Mm.
I won't say that in front of my child. I
Mm.
won't say that around my child where they can hear it. You catch what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah.
Don't ever degrade the other parent in
Ooh.
front of your child or to that child, because you think that if I do that, it'll cause the child to not like them either.
Wow.
That is not that child's issue, because you salty, deal with it.
Ooh
But
wee.
do
That
not
part.
project that to your child.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Especially when you're dealing with a child who, on your side of things, has more siblings with you, but is the only child with the father.
Mm.
That's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Or vice versa. Don't do that to your child. Don't downplay the other parent to that kid, because
Mhm.
that's not right. You know what I'm saying? When you got
Yeah.
one parent trying to be positive, never says anything bad about the other one. You
Right.
got the other one, oh, your daddy ain't nothing. Your mama is this. You shouldn't like them. And it's just no. And now you got this child in the middle.
Yes.
Like, I don't know whether to love you or not like you.
Yes.
And then when the other parent asks why, well, it's what mama said about you.
Right.
That's what she says about you all the time.
Mhm.
But
What am I supposed to do?
Yep.
you
Yep.
know what I've learned in that is a lot of parents that do that are still in love with the other person,
Yeah,
and they're jealous because the other person has either moved on or is doing better, because that person is no longer in their life. That
Mhm.
person was like a leech holding
right,
them back from getting, they were unequally yoked.
right.
Mhm.
So it's so important for us to hear, and I went through it. There was one parent that was manipulating, and then there was me who kept my mouth shut. It's so
Mhm.
important for us to hear our children, and I apologize to my children on several occasions. I even apologized to my children on the show, brought them up, and they're grown now, but their feelings matter.
Yes.
So it's so important for us to hear our kids and not here to respond.
Yes.
We have to active listen to our children, because suicide is real.
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
And when they feel like they're not being listened to, or they don't have a place in this earth, then that's what they're resulting to now. And we
Mhm.
don't want that for any young person. We don't
Right.
want that for anybody. It's, let alone you have adults killing themselves. But
Yes.
for young people who have their whole life to live, that stuff hurts.
yep,
Yes.
So we need to be careful how we deal with our children and not provoke our children, because a
right,
lot of things
Mhm.
that we say does provoke our children. So we
right,
need
Absolutely.
to be mindful of it.
right. And
Absolutely.
understand this: the Bible does say, "Honor thy mother and thy father," but it also says right behind that, "Do not
Do not
provoke your
Don't
provoke your
children to wrath."
children.
provoke them.
Hmm.
Yep.
And see, I dislike it when parents like to throw that out there, but you don't never
Yeah.
mention the other half.
Exactly.
You
Absolutely.
know, that bothers me, because it's a whole scripture, not a
Yes.
part.
Right.
If you're gonna repeat it,
Mhm.
repeat the whole thing,
Hmm.
Right.
That's
and
right.
understand that you, as the parent, have now sinned because you
Right.
just provoked your child to wrath.
That's right.
Right. That's
LAC, what
true.
you got?
I think one of the problems that presents itself in parenting is that we talk to our children like they're our bestie, and we vent to them about certain things, including their other parent and including relationship woes at such a young age.
Mm-hmm.
And that relationship between the mother and the father is between those two people. The
Mhm.
child came from it, but it
Right.
is not their responsibility to carry the weight of why that didn't last.
Right.
Exactly.
Going back to my own childhood, my mother had a lot of bad things to say about my father. And I ain't saying she was lying. I'm just saying it wasn't for my ears.
Right.
Right.
And allowing me to grow up and understand who he is and who he isn't, and how to get to know him, because quiet as it's kept, if I just went solely by how y'all did me, I wouldn't mess with none of y'all ninjas.
Right.
Right.
Neither one of you. If you really
Right.
want to go tit for tat,
Right.
y'all both got issues.
Mhm.
So don't put that much pressure on a child by forcing them to have emotions and feelings about a relationship that they had no stake
Yep.
in, other than they
That's
came
it.
from it.
That's
They had
right.
no decisions in it. They didn't have anything to say about it. Y'all got together, and boop, here comes this child. All
Mhm.
they need is a decent life. And
Right.
That's
even if
it.
you are divorced, broken up, you can still give that to them.
Mhm.
If you have to break up, divorce, I mean, that's on y'all. Let
Right.
that be y'all's issue. When you start dragging kids into adult situations, you make them adults too fast,
That's
That's
it.
right.
and
That's
you
it.
subject them to predators and all
Mhm.
of the kind of stuff, because now in their mind, they got to fend for themselves,
That's
Yeah.
right.
and they
Yeah.
begin to raise themselves, decide stuff for themselves, and oust you because now you can't be trusted.
That's right.
And we have to understand that this whole thing about projecting, and it's an unconscious thing. When you project on someone, you don't really know you're doing it,
Mhm.
but it's a psychological thing that we do as a self defense mechanism. Stop being offended by your child talking to you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Stop seeing children as second rate citizens
Mhm.
that don't deserve a voice.
Right.
Right.
That whole traditional hierarchy of I'm up here and children are down here is the devil.
Mhm.
How
Mhm.
else are they going to establish good habits of conversation and communication if they
Uh-oh.
can't start with you?
Right.
You're
Right.
shutting
That's
them
right.
down. I don't want to hear it. Be quiet. Kids should be seen and not heard. That's a lie.
Yep.
That's
That's
right.
a whole human that's absorbing everything you're doing and saying.
Mhm.
They're absorbing that
Mhm.
into their archive of their mind. It's going to sit there as they process that. And
Mhm.
parents, when Coco was talking about unpacking, let's be real honest. Parenting is layered. It's a whole suitcase of clothes, shoes, purses, earrings. It's a whole suitcase of stuff in parenting.
Yep.
You don't become a perfect parent ever, because you're not a perfect person.
Right.
So the best thing you can do for your child is to stop acting as though you're invincible. My mom did that to me. She hated for us to see her cry, or her have any kind of issue. Appearances was everything. But what happened is, when she did break down, it broke me down.
Mm-hmm.
And your children really are extensions of you. They feel you. Even when you don't say much, there's an energy that a child feels from their parents.
Right.
So listen to them, allow them to tell you, Mama, when you said that to me, or Dad, when you hurt me when you didn't show up. This is my
Yeah.
thing. I can see myself at the window in my coat, buttoned up, my hat, my gloves, and
And ready
Daddy
to
didn't
go.
show up.
Yep.
And I would be in that window for hours, sweating. And my granny, like, baby, I don't think, no, mm-mm, mm-mm. And every car that came down the road was supposed to be Daddy. Every car.
Right.
And I held on to that for years. That's one reason why it's hard for me to trust, because I got let down so much. And I really wish parents would stick together and help each other.
Yep.
There may be some things that one parent can glean from another. Everyone needs a safe place, especially parents. There's no handbook that you can follow A to Z on how to raise a child perfectly. You don't have that. Other than prayer, the Bible, and good wise counsel, You just have to be able to determine what's best for your child because it may not be the same as mine. Children are now in this particular era, there's way more stuff out here in the internet. There's cyberbullying. There's all types of stuff that when I was a kid, I didn't have to deal with some of this stuff. The worst thing, you might be called a nerd, you might be called fat, and that was bad. Don't get me wrong, but it wasn't on the internet for it to pop up all over the world. It was talking town for 2 months and then it was done. But now these children are suffering psychologically at the hands of these kids. And if they can't come home and say, Mama, Daddy, I'm being bullied, watch the behaviors. Because some kids won't look at you in the face and say those words. Watch the grades, watch their actions, watch the isolation, pay attention. There are parents who have buried their children and they wish they can turn back the hands of time and say, I wish I had asked a few questions, spent more time. Parents, I know you got to work. I was a single mom. I had to work and work hard. But when you working so hard, as your kid now is like a burden on you, and you putting all your mess on them, stressing them out, baby, you gotta move differently. You gotta move differently. I just pray that this conversation is tough, but I don't want to see another baby leave here before their life really begins
Right,
over something that we could have handled.
right.
That hurts. That hurts. Any suicide hurts. Anyone. But when it's a child who is torn between what's going on in school, what's going on at home, like, where do I get my peace? Everywhere I go is conflict. Everywhere I go is strife and it's turmoil. For a child, that's too much, y'all. We putting too much on these babies.
That's right.
And it's bad when you as a parent want to take away the peace factor.
Ooh,
It's bad. If they have somebody that they can go to that's giving them good counsel and trying to help,
yeah,
don't take
yeah.
away the help.
Please don't.
Because if you can't do it, no, I don't feel like anybody can do anything alone.
Mm-mm.
You
That
understand?
part.
And we don't have the village anymore.
Ooh, where is the village? Come on,
The village has dissipated.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
We
And
don't
that's
have the village
right.
anymore. Because
Ooh,
I can remember coming up when my mama couldn't do it, honey.
yes,
She knew
Coco.
who to send me to.
Mm-hmm.
And when and I would always ask, can I go over to Miss Such and Such out? And she would let me go.
Yes,
'Cause she knew where I was and she knew I was safe.
And
yes,
You know
that's
what I'm
even when
saying?
they get grown. Cause look at mine right now. When my youngest, when I can't, I'll be like, Coco, get your niece. Like, because sometimes you just can't. There's
Yeah.
certain things you just need help with, and it's just too
yes,
much on me at this point. Get your niece. I know where I'm sending her, or I'll call my other sister. Look, call her because it's just too much. I can't right now. I need help. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta be strong enough to admit that you
yes.
cannot
Can't
do
do
it
it by
alone.
That's
yourself.
good,
Yeah.
Quinn.
And
Yes,
because in my house growing up, it was whatever happens in this house stays in this
stays in
house.
the
Yeah.
So
house.
I'm here to tell you, you can't get delivered by keeping your mouth shut.
That's it.
Ooh, that's
Whatever
it.
happens in this house, it don't stay in this house because it shouldn't be anything that's going on in the house that somebody don't know about.
Right. That
Yes,
they can't know about.
Right.
You
yes,
know what I'm
So
saying?
what's going on that if I tell this person, it's gonna be some conflict.
Right.
yes,
You know what I'm
yes.
saying? Like it's just too much. And,
Right.
and it then that mindset gets that little person to say, well, this person touched me inappropriately, but I can't tell anybody.
That's right.
This
There it
person
is.
did this, or made me do this, and I
Right.
can't go to anybody. So now they're not getting help and they're internalizing everything.
Yes.
So what happens when they have that breakdown and fall off the deep end?
Come
Right.
on.
Y'all tell me. Um, I did the statistic check before we started the show. The youngest child to commit suicide was 7
Oh my
years old.
gosh. Help us,
Okay.
God.
It was a few years back that it was a 6-year-old that did it.
Ooh,
This year, the youngest was
Okay.
7,
help us,
and
God.
it was a little girl. She came home and she told her parent stuff was happening to her at school.
Ooh,
Nobody did anything. And when she went to school for the last time, she came back home, went in her room, and she hung herself from her closet.
ooh, my
Okay.
God.
Now, what? First of all, what a 7-year-old know about hanging themselves
That
from
part
anything?
right there.
First of
Yeah, right.
all, and it's just the fact that the parent goes in the room to find out what's going on, open the door, and the child is clacking to the back of the door
Ooh, Jesus, help us.
because you turn around and look like what's that hitting up a back on the against the back of the door, and it's your
And it's
child.
your baby.
Help us, God. Help us, Lord. Ooh, my God.
I don't know how my brain, if it would have been me, I
But
don't know how I would have taken that. You
I'm
see what I'm
trying to
saying?
understand why your
Mm-mm.
child had that much time on their hands that you didn't go check on them to see what's going on. It's so quiet. What?
Well,
How they got that much time?
her mother said that she thought she was doing her homework,
Ooh,
and so
my
she don't
Lord.
So
call
a
her.
7-year-old don't do the homework at the kitchen table no more.
Well, she let her go in the room and do it. You know these what you call modern age parents do things differently.
A lot different.
So she said that she thought she was in her room getting her homework done until she called her out to come and eat. She never came out the room.
Oh,
Ooh,
so she was
So
out. She was gone for
she
some
went in the
hours.
room. Yeah, she went in the room to find out what was going on. And when she pushed the door open, she heard something bamming up against the back of the door,
ooh.
closed the door, and
Help
it
us,
was her.
God. Help us, Lord.
Jesus.
And the issue is, why wasn't anything done when she first expressed? Why aren't children important enough to listen to real time, the first time? Why does it ever have to be so much time in between the initial conversation? That means, and I don't want to put, I don't know these people. I don't want to
Right,
act like I know them. But the question in my mind is, when the child said, Mom, this is what's happening to me, why wasn't that a stop the presses moment?
Mhm.
right.
And let's get you some help. Then we talk to the school, stay right here by me. I mean, why wasn't that a moment of, oh, hold
First,
on.
Because
first of all, it would have been me when she would have walked through the door and say, "Mom, who did what?
that part,
Yes,
that
right.
Put your
part
book
right
bag right
there.
there. We gonna turn around and go right back to the
Turn
school."
right back around.
Mhm.
Okay, it wouldn't even
Right
have been
back
no
around.
hesitation.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
That part right
The
Okay,
one
there.
time that my daughter, well, twice, my daughter came to me about some issues at school, and I hate to be the person that say this, but I did have a Sophia in Color Purple moment. Because
Mhm.
when it comes to my baby, listen,
Don't put your hands on her.
don't touch her, leave her alone.
Mhm.
And if you got a problem with her, you better have it from way across the street because she ain't bothering you. All she want to do is come in and do her work, get an education. You
Mhm.
mad because you talking about her hairstyle and you're mad about her having, this outfit or this.
Mhm.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. Everybody got to know LHG from the principal to the superintendent. Yeah, we're
Mhm.
going to have some real
That's
conversations,
right.
we'll do the
Real
same
administrator.
thing for
conversation.
me.
Yes.
Mine will pick up the phone and say, "Please don't call my aunt.
Yep.
Don't you call
Yep.
my aunt because of look, she come up here, she
Yeah.
gonna be worse than my mama. Don't call,
I'm
please."
telling you, don't listen.
Mhm.
And if that
Mm-mm.
child didn't get the attention from the parent, from the people that helped create them, where is their safe place?
Right,
If they cannot go to mom and dad and say, help, because this is happening to me, where
Mhm.
is that supposed to come from, parents?
look,
That's the problem. Look, I have I had a stepson, right? And when I say at home, he was the problem child. But when he came home talking about somebody was picking on him, you better believe I was up at that school. You better believe, okay, you put your hands on him. Now we pressing charges.
Right.
Because guess what? At this point, you don't got the right to touch him. And
Right.
Right.
I want y'all to know that ain't nobody up in here
Gonna
gonna
touch
touch
it.
him.
Right.
So
It.
I'm gonna make an example out of the first one, so I won't have a second or a third one. And I don't care how
Mm-hmm.
much problems this one caused. He ain't putting his hands on nobody. He
That's
might be
it.
giving
Mm-hmm.
y'all a hard time when it comes to schoolwork and stuff, but he's not up here picking trouble. So if I gotta come for his schoolwork, oh yeah, I'm gonna take care of his behind. We going
Right.
in the bathroom. However, ain't nobody else gonna put their hands on him.
Mm-mm.
That's it.
And that's just always been my mentality. So
That's
yeah,
it.
I'm with you, LHG.
That's it.
I'm gonna hear from everybody. The
Yes.
superintendent, I want the
Yes.
principal, I want the police. Get them here now,
That's it.
right
That's
now,
it.
and we need to
Yep.
go in this conference room because I
Yep.
want him arrested.
And
Right.
bring the other parents in the room. Bring the other
That
That's
parents in
part,
the room.
it.
bring
That part. We're gonna
Put
have
them
we're
at,
gonna have
put
a
them in the
right
conversation
room.
with
here,
everybody.
everybody.
Bring
With
everybody in.
everybody. I
Cause
only
you're
had to
not
go
putting
to the
your hands on
school.
mine.
I only had to go to the school one time because it was a teacher that messed with mine.
Oh no,
Okay.
oh no, no, no.
So when I had to go handle that, I said, look, y'all keep police on the grounds for a reason. They
Yes.
Mhm,
already in the right place. If
mhm.
he didn't tell you that I was a little shell shocked when it come to him, you gonna understand today.
I know that's
Hmm.
Yes,
right.
my drill. Don't put your hands on something you didn't push out.
Come on here.
If he don't belong to you, don't touch him. If you got a problem with him, you need to ring me.
Yes,
Hmm.
You catch what I'm
that's
saying?
it.
I said because the next time it happened, I'm gonna reach out and touch you,
Mhm.
Listen.
and you're not gonna like it too much. I can guarantee you that.
Yes, I know
My
Next
that's
thing
God.
right.
you know, oh, it's an apology, and now we got a new teacher.
Mhm.
Exactly. Don't play with me.
Yeah.
So it's not gonna be none of those type. I don't care whether you are adult nor a kid. First of all, if you a
Hmm.
whole adult, why are you trying to jump on somebody else's kid?
That
Ooh
part.
wee.
What kind of
That
foolishness is
part.
that?
Mm-mm.
When we start doing that,
Right.
first of all, if it gotta be a fighting moment, your children should be able to fight their own battles. But
Right.
Mhm.
you parents, you mama gonna jump on a 15-year-old for
See?
what?
Not gonna happen.
And you wonder why those kids come to school with that jump off spirit.
That's
They're
Mhm.
it.
bringing that from the war zone in their home, and they're
Yes,
taking it to the schoolhouse.
But you know, that's even down to babies. When I
yes,
when I taught in I taught the 3 to 5 year olds and I taught the infant toddler. So my 1 and 2 year old, whenever their parents was fighting, they came to school fighting.
Wow.
With
mhm,
my 3 to 5 year olds, when their parents was fighting, they came to school cussing, fussing, fighting, doing it all.
right.
Okay? So it it tells in a behavior what's going on in your household if you pay
Yes.
attention to these children.
Yes.
Even when they can't talk.
Mhm.
They'll be fighting with the doll babies and everything.
That's
Where they
right.
getting it from? What they saw, they
Yes.
mimicking it. And
Yes.
and what could you do? And then when you confront the parents, like, yeah, we had a long night. It was a lot of fighting and stuff
Mm-hmm.
going on. Yeah, their dad's no longer in the home. Okay, stop
Mm-hmm.
doing this mess in front of your kids
That's it.
because they bringing it to school and
Right.
they're acting out, and you wonder why we calling you. Yeah,
Right.
this for you to deal with.
Right.
I have even matter of fact, I posted it. It was some months back. When I posted it, everybody was like, "What in the world did I just watch?" I posted up a video of this girl sitting in the car with her son. And Quinn, I don't know if you remember it. She was sitting in the car with her son. This little boy couldn't have been no older than maybe
Yeah, I remember
or
that one.
4. He got up in her face and boxed her down like she was a dude.
My
Hmm.
Like
God.
I'm just watching the
Yeah,
video,
I
like,
remember that one.
and then was calling her curse words at 3.
Yeah, I would have been in jail.
I said, "Yo, he watched somebody do this to
He
her,
watched that.
Hmm.
Yep, he
and that's
did.
why he feel like it's okay to do." And she just a kiki hell.
Hmm. I
No.
know that's right. Hmm.
First
I'd
of
have been
all,
actually in jail.
why is your 3-year-old beating you like he a grown dude,
That
Woo.
and
My
you
Lord.
think it's funny?
That is not funny at all.
Nowhere
Like,
near.
no, where we do that at?
We don't.
What he
We
gonna do
don't.
when he's 6 and 12?
That part.
If he doing that at three,
What he gonna do when he get a girlfriend?
Hmm.
hello.
Exactly that. And
Ooh.
then he got to be real careful because these girls nowadays, oh, they're not letting you put their hands on them.
No.
Right.
So he might lose his life behind this foolishness.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And
Because the hand you lift, to me, is the hand that's going to get cut off.
But
right.
if we pay attention when they're small, and you mentioned working with children, and I know someone mentioned daycare, even in the pictures they draw,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's right.
they literally create these pictures that show what they've seen
Yes.
or what's bothering them because they are small and they won't walk up to you and say, I need therapy.
Right.
Yeah.
They're showing you in their actions, in their
Yes.
pictures, in their words, in their
Yes.
fighting, in their behavior, that something isn't right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I know, parents, that we have arguments. I know in marriage you may have disagreements, but we have to do our best
Mm-hmm.
to try to keep that away from the child. But
That's
if it gets out, at least have some conversation. I apologize that you had to see,
right. Mm-hmm.
hear, experience, meeting your dad or meeting your stepdad.
Yes.
Yes, you heard me say some words that you probably never heard me say before. I've had to say that to my child. I've
Mm-hmm.
had to do those apologies to
Mm-hmm.
my
Right.
daughter. I've had to, because I had to be honest with her. That was not what I was supposed to say. I'm teaching you not to say certain things,
Right.
not to do certain things. But mom had a moment of anger, and I'm apologizing to you. I repented to God. So here I am trying to tell you I'm sorry about that. I'm going to do better. Do you have any questions, concerns? Just tell me and we'll work it through. I'm very honest and open with my daughter. Am I
Mm-hmm.
perfect? No.
Right.
No. I'm not.
None
Nobody
of us
is.
are.
I'm not. I
None
get
of us are.
angry. I do. But
But you
as a
know,
child, go ahead, Coco.
one of the things that I also hear a lot of parents do, you just like your dad.
Ooh,
Oh,
I hate
You just
that.
like your mama.
I hate it.
That type of foolishness.
What gets me about that, especially for me, my dad left when I was 3.
mm-hmm.
Don't say that to me, and I don't even know who the man is. Let's
Wow.
start there.
Right.
I don't even know who he is. And then when I finally get to know who he is, yes, I realize I have some traits, but he's not me. I
Mm-hmm.
can tell you where I got my meanness from, but you mean too. So
Mm-hmm.
what does that mean? I got it
Right.
double. Okay.
Right.
So the things you see in him are in you too. So why are you
Mm-hmm.
trying to talk about him?
Right.
Right. And
Right.
it's not
Don't.
only that. It's not only that. It's the fact that you can say I'm just like him. You lay down with him.
That
Hello.
part.
That
What,
part.
what
That
that say?
part.
What that say about you?
That
Right.
part. Yes.
You
Hmm.
know, and I actually said that. I actually said that one day to somebody when they said that to me. You know what?
Hmm.
You lay down with him, baby.
Right.
Hmm.
What they say about you?
What does it say?
And went back for seconds.
Yes.
And thirds for some of 'em.
Come on here.
You know, it's just like you this. No, you don't tell yo. Don't do that.
At all.
Don't do that
Because
because
your child is
now
an
you are
individual.
marking
Hmm.
your
Yes.
child with this label.
Hmm.
And
Yes.
that label they gonna wear because when they do certain things, they gonna remember what you said.
Yep.
Yes.
And now that child is like, well, first of all, like you said, Quint, I don't even know them.
That
But you're
part.
saying that I'm like them.
Wow. That's a
And
whole lot
then
right
if
there.
you do have the one that knows the other parent, but they don't see what you say,
Hmm.
why does she say you like this? Or why do he say you like this? And they want to understand and they want to know. But then
Right.
you as the parent say, oh, you're not old enough to know that yet. So why
Wow.
tell me,
Wow.
or why say to me that I'm like this individual? Or this is who I'm gonna be when I
Right.
get older. Because
Right.
you like to throw that at me. So tell me why you telling me this and you won't tell me.
The-
Right.
I mean, it's so many scenarios. My mom used to always be like, "Your dad's a bum and he crazy." Okay, but what did you see in him? You
See,
saw something in him.
you saw something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So even like with us as when we were coming up as teenagers, my mother's pregnancy talk, it was don't get pregnant.
Yep,
So when
I
I
can
got
relate.
pregnant, I was 20. But guess what I was scared to do? Go to my mom.
Me too. Me too.
And see that, and
Because
that's the
Me
thing.
too.
Like when you say this, you don't say why. I
exactly.
I know people that
Yep.
say I finally met like a few females that I can count on one hand that have literally told their daughters, don't do what I did.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Don't make the same mistake I made. And I'm not calling you a mistake.
Yes.
I'm just telling you don't end your life early.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Grow up, and then make a family.
Right.
Yes.
Don't start having babies at 13
That's
Mhm.
right.
and 14 because you a baby having I didn't, I watched one girl I know who said, I had you when I was 13.
Hmm.
Don't make the same mistake I made.
Mhm.
Wow.
I don't want to see you do that. Grow up first
That's
Yes.
because you grew up with me. Is
mhm.
what she told
Right.
her.
Woo. That's
Right.
And she was
heavy.
like,
That's deep.
just don't do
That
what I
is
did.
heavy.
Mhm.
And she was like, I wasn't out there and I won't land up with multiple people. She was like, but I'm just telling you, don't make the same mistake I made. Now, luckily, this young lady's mama and father stayed together.
Praise
Okay.
God.
Okay. But because he was taught right,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? The men are taught if you knock somebody up,
You
you
stay
know what you're
together.
going to do? You know
Yep.
what you're going to do? You're going to stay together.
That's right.
And that's what he did. Did he gripe or complain about it? Because he said that having his daughter changed his life. And he
Okay.
said that she changed him for the good.
Praise
You
God.
know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And so he was like, even at 14, his mindset was, I'm gonna go out here, I'm gonna be like my older brothers, I'm gonna be in the street. But
Okay.
when he messed around and had her, he stopped, he shut all that down.
Wow.
Mhm.
That kept him
From
from
Wow.
the
being in the streets.
Ooh
He
wee.
got an education, came out and got a good job. Her
Wow.
father is an engineer.
Come on
Praise
here.
Came out and got a good job. Her mama went to medical school. Her
Mm-hmm.
mama is a practitioner.
Mhm.
And so she got smart parents.
Yes.
Yes.
They went out and got good jobs to be able to take care of her.
Mhm.
Yes.
She's the oldest child. They didn't have another one until I don't know. They might have been close to 30 before they had the next kid.
Right.
Okay.
But you know what I mean? From the ages of 13
Mhm.
Mm.
to sit down and make a decision at 13 because you got parents that say you nope, you finna sit down and y'all
Mhm.
gonna raise your child.
Mhm.
Right.
You know, not being able to just continuously leave your kid with your grandparents. That's the
Yes.
issue. And for them
Yes.
to sit down and say, don't do what we did. But
Ooh.
Mhm.
if you do, we're not gonna hold it against you.
Right.
Right.
We're gonna help you, but you're gonna take care of what you choose to sit down
That's
and
That's
make.
right.
right.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
so I have seen people do parenting the right way.
Mhm.
Yes.
And
It
then
can
I
be
have
done.
seen people do parenting the wrong way.
Mhm.
Yes.
I have literally had a conversation with one female. I told her, I said, you know, you can lay down and make a baby, but it don't make you a mother.
Sure
Sure
don't.
don't.
I said, being a mother is a totally different thing than you just being a woman that push one out.
Mhm.
Yes.
You catch what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Mhm.
Because of all the stuff she was saying about her children.
Ooh.
I mean, she talked about her children like they were just
Mm.
something
Trash,
to
huh?
do. Like
Wow.
they were just something to do. Like it's an
Wow.
everyday thing to do. And it's not an everyday thing to do.
It's not.
No, it
Children
should
are
not
a
be.
responsibility.
Yes, they
Yes.
are.
They come with things that you have to teach them.
Mhm.
Yes.
You have to nurture them. You got
That's
to do
right.
all of this stuff. They come with requirements.
Mhm.
Absolutely
You
they
get what I'm
do.
saying? But people act
Absolutely.
like they don't.
Right.
I
Yes.
mean, and I've dealt with females that act like you act like
Mhm.
Yeah.
Baby, you just pushed out a whole kid. So what?
A whole person, a whole human life.
In the hospital, when I used to do guardian ad litem, when I went to one girl's room when she had just given birth, I said, "Baby, you not gonna want to hold your baby?" She said, "For what?
Oh,
I don't want to hold that." She
wow.
didn't even get a baby a name. She said,
Ooh,
"Whoever you finna give it to can name it."
Mm.
Matter of fact, you know
ooh,
what? You could just take it out my room.
Mm.
I
Jesus.
was just looking at her like,
Wow.
how?
Wow,
How?
wow, wow.
How?
Do you carry a baby for 9 months?
And have no
Have
connection.
no connection.
Wow.
It's sad.
And then
So you're just a breeder.
I had to sit back and think, like, you know what? I don't know what she been through as an individual, but even in all of that, it gives you no excuse
Mm-mm.
Right.
not to treat a child like that. You
Yes.
don't treat a child like they just a heap of, like you just gonna throw it in the trash can and move on.
Right.
And
That's
then
that's not what you do.
you really don't know because you got to look at several scenarios. Was she raped and decided to go ahead and push the child out and give the child away? And that's why she didn't have a connection. Was she molested? Or was she just out there and just don't know who the baby daddy is and
Right.
just decided I don't believe in abortion, so I'm gonna have this baby and I'm gonna bless
Right.
somebody else with the baby, but I'm just not. I'm gonna turn all my feelings off.
Yeah,
You
just
know.
like I said, I didn't know the
Mhm.
situation, didn't know the
Right.
scenario, you know. But
Mhm.
it's just the fact of how you did it. I mean,
Right.
I've known
Mhm.
people that was raped
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
had children because I've been there for them,
Mhm.
and even they didn't act like that.
Right.
Wow.
You catch what I'm saying? For
And
her to just literally disregard it
mhm.
completely,
Mhm.
never have I ever seen that until that day. You know, I've seen a lot of different scenarios. I've seen drug addicted folk push babies out and be
Mhm.
like, "I wish I could, but I'm not gonna do right by this baby."
Okay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I've seen people like you said who've been raped or molested, had a baby. I can't do that because every time I look at it, I see
I
him.
see him. Mhm.
You catch
Mhm.
what- and so I get it, but that was not her. She take it out
Ooh.
my no. It's a
Mhm.
whole human being. Matter of fact, it's your human being.
Mhm.
But she didn't hesitate to call when they told her she was going in labor, she was being induced. She was already on the phone calling social services. She called
Ooh.
social services on herself.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
You
Wow.
it's
catch what I'm saying? And I'm
Mhm.
glad that she did it
right.
because
Yes.
I'm glad that the baby ended up in a good home.
Praise God.
It went to a lady who actually could not have no kids,
Wow.
and so it was a blessing in disguise for them.
Right.
But it's just the fact of how she did it.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just, again, I just can't fathom you walking around 9 months, baby kicking your insides out, and then you push it out. You don't even want to turn your head and look at it.
Ooh.
You don't
Wee.
want to cut no umbilical cord. You know what? You washed it off, you cleaned it, and I take it out.
Yeah,
Wow.
and that's probably she probably didn't even have a connection while it was inside of her. And she
Hmm.
did not allow herself to.
And
Right.
she didn't. She actually told me, she said, I literally tried to abort it a couple times.
Ooh. Wee.
She
Ooh.
said, but it just
Wee.
didn't work.
Mhm.
And that
She
makes
said,
me wonder what were the circumstances around her own existence.
Mhm.
right.
It makes me wonder if that's a trait that has come from her own birth mother
I
or
believe
being
so.
abandoned. There's so many different things that can happen to a person psychologically. I'm reading a book now that's called "It Didn't Start with You."
Mhm.
Some of the traits that we take on and things we face came
Right.
from further back in the lineage, and it,
Yeah.
it settled and it sat on us. And
Mhm.
now here we are, stone cold, and not even sure why.
Well,
Right.
I think you are definitely right about her because in the end, when she had to come to court, because she still had to come to court, she had to say why she was giving up her rights.
Mm-hmm.
Before she walked into the court, she said, "Can I tell you and you can tell them because I don't want to talk about it?" And I said, "Sure," because I was assigned to her, right? And so she never knew her mom.
Wow.
Mom was never present. So I
Mm.
think she did what her mom did to her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So she never knew her mom. Dad was all, in and out of prison. So she never really knew him too much. The grandparents, his mom, tried to take her in
Mm-hmm.
when she was younger, but then the grandmother died
Mm-hmm.
when she was like 40 something.
Ooh.
So
And
she,
so when the grandmother passed away, it still left her back with nobody.
Right.
And so, like that whole scenario is she did to her child what
What
was
was
done
done
to
to
her.
her?
yeah, she felt abandoned
She
all
may
her
have
life.
had no capacity or understanding of love.
Yeah,
Hmm.
And if
yeah.
you
And
don't
then,
have that, you can't give that. That's so
right.
Right.
sad.
And I say it all the time that you can't expect something from somebody that don't have the capacity to give it.
Ooh.
And so once I knew that part, when she said her mom was never around,
Mm-hmm.
she was like she never even had a photo of her mom.
Ooh.
So, to her, she don't even know how who gave birth to her.
And
She
doesn't even know who she
don't,
is.
don't know who she
Right.
So
is.
you're walking around not even knowing where you've come from, who helped to create you. There's an empty
She has
canvas,
a void.
No, because
you know.
her father never talked about her mom, and
Oh,
his mom is the one that named her.
wow.
And so she doesn't know anything about, because her dad refused to talk about her mom.
Wow.
And I respect his mother for never
Mm-hmm.
talking bad about her mother, but
Mm-hmm.
not talk about her at all is something totally different.
That's true.
You know
That's
what I'm
very
saying?
true.
And so it's just like when you look at different scenarios behind certain things, you like, okay, well, I can see where the generational curses started.
Right.
I can see where this started. But can it end with you?
Right.
You know what
Ooh,
I'm saying?
that's it
And,
right
and
there.
that's the whole point of like this conversation tonight. Can the generational things end with you?
And in
Yes.
order for it to end, it has to be some healing taking place.
Yeah,
Oh,
So
absolutely.
some therapists definitely need to be in the
yeah.
place. Some
I
pastors
truly
need to
believe
be ready for them
there need to
hard
be family
conversations.
therapy, everything.
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people don't even believe in that. Family
Mhm.
That's
therapy,
true.
we all going.
Mhm.
Listen, everybody to be on the couch.
Everybody.
We
You get
all
a couch.
going.
You get a couch. You get a couch.
Absolutely
Even if
everybody.
you ain't got enough couches, you gonna see Indian style on
I'm
the floor
telling
right over
you,
there.
I know that's right.
because
You know,
these
I,
are the
I
kind of women that are laying down,
Mhm.
procreating.
yeah,
These are the people, when people get together and decide to have sex in this way, a child can come out of this. I don't care if it was a fly by night, one night stand, one night only. It don't matter.
Mhm.
You open yourself up to, there can be a life that comes out of this.
That's
right.
right.
And
Oh my
a
God.
lot of them don't even think about that no more.
No.
I want what I want. I'm gonna get what I want.
That's it.
I deal with the consequences later.
Mhm.
And then when you realize that a life is that consequence, now you like, I shouldn't have done what I did. I
Mhm.
definitely shouldn't have done it with who I did it with.
Right.
And now you got a whole bunch of regrets.
Mhm.
Yes.
Why does it even have to get that far?
Right.
Yes.
You know, and in this life, I've only heard, and I discussed it with y'all earlier, and I'll tell the folks here, I've only heard maybe one or two people literally in my whole life say they regret their children. Like,
Wow.
dude, you can't. Do you realize they can hear you?
Hello. That's right.
They
My
got
children
feelings
saved my
too.
life.
They got feelings too.
Mhm.
You're not the only one walking around with feelings.
Right.
You probably ain't even the only one that literally wear your heart on your sleeve. Your child do too. Who they got it from?
Right.
Right.
But you are saying, well, I should have aborted you.
Wow.
Mhm.
I don't want nothing to do with you. I wish I could just drop you off and not come back.
Mm.
Like you saying it like it's just, but they looking at you like, do you realize what you saying to me?
Mm.
Right. And how are you any better than the bullies at school?
That's it.
You're
You
not.
can't go to school and pitch a fit about them hurting me when I got to
But
come
you doing it.
home to be told that you regret my existence.
Right.
That's
That's even worse. They ain't got no stake in your life.
right.
You are their parent. And
Mhm.
for you to say, I regret having you, you are
Mhm.
burdened, you are killing
Them
them.
slowly.
That's
Ooh, wee, that's heavy.
But then you'll be the main one. If they do something to themselves.
Right.
I wish I could. No, you
See?
didn't.
Come
mm-mm.
on.
But
Quit
that's that
No.
lying.
guilt of what you didn't do. That's all
Jesus.
that is. You
Yeah.
notice when you go to funerals, the one that's the most guilty is the one that making the
They
most
cut
noise.
up.
Yes,
Yes,
right.
the one
Right.
that cut up the most.
Yeah, they're the ones who want to get in the casket. Let
That's
me
right.
help you get up in there and let me
Right.
bury you too, because all of this is foolishness.
Right.
It don't have to be.
Right.
Exactly.
And
It
my
don't have
prayer
to
is
be.
that if you recognize that you deal with rejection issues, abandonment issues, loneliness, and all these things, and you recognize that as a parent, you need to get some help so that
Mhm.
your parenting is doused in all of your
Yes.
troubles.
Mhm.
Yes.
You can get some help. We understand many of us, but we all got a story. Lord knows, we all got a story. And many of us have dealt with our own childhood trauma and deficits in our life. But
Mhm.
Right.
that doesn't have to be thrust upon the children that we raise. If we
Right.
can deal with our own issues, with getting help, getting wise counsel, getting in a good ministry, so we can become a better parent.
Mhm.
We're not saying you ain't gonna have issues. We're
Right.
saying don't project them on your babies.
That's
That's
right.
it.
That's what we're trying to say as best you can.
Right. And ain't nobody saying that parenting gonna be easy.
Not at
No, it's not.
all, because it's
Why?
not.
Look, the main reason why is because you raising a child that is a part of you.
Mhm.
Yes.
You know how you were.
Yes.
So at some point, how you were is gonna smack you dead in the face
That's right.
Yes.
because it's gonna come at you. And when it come
Yes.
at you, you either gonna shake your head and do this, or you gonna be like, Lord have mercy, Jesus.
Yes. They don't just come here looking like you physically.
That's
There's
it
things that are in them that are going to remind you of you.
Mhm.
of
That's
you.
right. That's
Yes.
right.
And
Yes.
the question is, when you meet you, how you gonna handle it?
Ooh, come on
Woo,
here.
Jesus.
When you meet you, honey, how you gonna handle it?
My
Mm.
God.
You on 410.
Mm.
Okay?
Right.
How you better deal with this?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And then don't let it be you a female having nothing but females. So now you got
Woo.
to deal with you more than once. You catch what I'm saying?
See?
Now you got to deal with you
See?
more than once.
That's my story. I was almost born on my mother's birthday,
Mm.
Look,
and we
don't,
are very much alike, and in good ways and in not so good ways. And I
right,
think that was one of the reasons why growing up it was hard for her to connect with me, because she saw a lot of her
Mhm.
in me.
and
But
you, yes,
all I wanted was her love, her validation, her commitment, her protection. That's all I ever wanted.
yo, I was my mama. That's what it was. I literally, if you put me and her next to each other, bam, I am your twin. Every time you spot me in my face, that's who you looking at.
Mhm.
Wow.
And the older I got, I acted just like her.
Mm-hmm.
I would be that one. I wouldn't say a word. I would just look at you, not say nothing until you rub me the wrong way, and I just let it fester.
Woo.
That was
Woo.
my mama. I let it fester, and then when it came out, oh, it came out.
Wow.
See, and that's the thing. We as parents, you tell people you shouldn't be so emotional. You shouldn't be this, that. First of all, I would rather you tell me how you feel when you feeling it
Mhm.
Yes.
than to have to deal with it months down the road, and then when it come out, you got all this extra
Mm-hmm.
behind
Yes.
it because we never dealt with
Right.
nothing.
Right.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
That's
And we
right.
need to be able to do that too. Don't tell your kids they over dude. If you feeling some type of way, I don't
Woo.
care if you ain't. I don't care if you feel some way about your food. Just say I don't like it.
That part.
You catch what I'm saying? That's what I would rather you do. I would rather you be one of them upfront kids with me.
Yep.
Mama, I don't like that.
That
Mm-hmm.
was
Okay.
me though. I put all of my feelings in my writing, and I can remember my mother saying, "You just why is it so sad? Why are you writing stuff that's just so sad? You don't listen, so this is my outlet. Why your
Right.
poems is you too young to be trying to be all deep. This is my life, woman.
Right.
I'm trying to tell you that I'm and really looking back on it, y'all. We didn't call it anxiety. We didn't call it depression, but it was.
That's
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
was. We just didn't have the tools to be able to call a thing, and you dare
Mhm.
not tell your parent that you suffering from something. What do you mean? You ain't
Right.
got no
Right.
words. What you mean? Because our feelings were discounted as nothing. And I
Right.
had to apologize to my own daughter when the pandemic hit. I didn't realize that these children were suffering from social anxiety
Mm-hmm.
because their whole world was school
Right.
Mm-hmm.
and the social aspect of learning. Now you turned it off, and now
Mm-hmm.
we're in the house all the time, and that transition was very tough for many young people
Right.
Yes.
because their place of learning and concentration was taken away.
And
And
So
not
I had to
the friends
apologize.
were.
I didn't realize it, and
Yeah.
she told me, don't discount how I feel, and
right.
she was right.
And they
Mm-hmm.
friends were taken away.
Yeah.
Ooh
And
wee.
not just young people, the adults too, because
Oh
now
yeah.
the
Yes.
domestic violence had
Jesus.
increased ridiculously. People were committing homicides ridiculously. I mean, it
Mhm.
was just a lot
It
because
was a
of
But
this
that
lot.
is still
pandemic.
happening.
It
It
That
is.
is still
is.
happening. I just read it. Like, I mean, a prominent family here went to church Christmas morning. He shot the wife in the head on the doorstep
Of the church.
Woo,
and then shot himself.
Of
woo,
When
the
the
church.
people get
Jesus.
when the people get ready to walk into that church, you walk into two dead bodies.
Jesus.
Oh
And
my
you
God.
like, what in the world? Wait a minute. If you call the 911, y'all try to figure out what in the world done happened. It's Christmas morning. We supposed to be celebrating. Instead of celebrating, we
Jesus.
now we
Woo.
walk up to the doorstep. It's ambulances, cop, yellow tape, two people, and one of them was the prominent family of your church. He just killed his wife on your doorstep and killed himself.
Ooh, that's a lot.
But
That's a lot.
it's been that multiple times. Not
Jesus.
only if you want to check out,
Check out.
that's what if that's what you want to do, take care of you. You catch what I'm saying? Now,
Right.
Right.
Leave me alone.
am I willing to tell somebody to go commit? That's not what I'm doing.
Right.
But don't take me with you.
That
Right.
part.
Don't check
Whatever
me out.
your
I ain't ready to
issue
go.
is, whatever your issue is, because we probably ain't even going to the same place.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay? Take
Mm-hmm.
yourself by yourself.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Don't come home, kill all of your kids,
Jesus.
then kill your wife, and then kill you too.
Jesus.
Because I've seen it. I've been reading it all week long.
Mm-mm.
My God.
It's just like,
Help
what?
us, Lord.
Literally, you came home. You allowed your kids to go to school that day. When they
Wow.
came home, they probably came home and ran in the house smiling.
Right.
Right.
You probably smiled back, and they didn't even know that you was about to take everybody out.
Woo. Jesus, help us.
They
Help
said the
us,
man
Lord.
sat down. He made a whole Instagram video. They ate dinner, chucka laughing. After that video, he killed everybody.
Woo.
I
But see, this is
I continue
contemplated
to
stuff.
say,
So I mean, what was going on
What in
before
the
these
world?
thoughts
but I
happened in your
continue to
head?
say, people hide a lot behind smiles.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, they
it's
do.
that mask.
You catch what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you read the article and you talk to the family states that he had lost his job and he didn't tell her.
Mm.
they were living off savings and what she made, but he didn't tell her. He was still leaving the house every day like he was going to work.
Ooh, come
And then
on.
when she finally found it out, she confronted him about it. He said, I feel like I'm less than a man. I feel like I can't do my job anymore. And because it's going to become a struggle, before it can become a struggle, he told his brother, I will take my whole family with me
Oh
before I allow them all to suffer because of what I did.
my
But you
God.
don't realize that you just made them suffer anyway.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Even though you killed them, you still made them suffer.
Yes. Yes.
Like
Mm.
that I understand that you got
So
something going
he,
on.
he told his brother what his brother do.
His brothers didn't get the message until after he had already done it.
Oh,
He
He
left it on
left
a
him a message.
voicemail. Oh shoot.
Jesus. Now
The
he got to
brother was
live with
at
that.
the brother was at work, and you know how you can deny the call,
Yeah.
or you know what I'm saying. He
Yeah.
Yeah.
didn't. He denied the call and sent him a text message. I'm at work. I'll call you back. And so he left him a voicemail. When he got the voicemail, when he got off, he was already getting a phone call from the mama saying, "You need to hurry up and get home. We rushing over to what you call a house because we just got a phone call saying the cops over there."
My
Oh,
God.
They get there, everybody dead.
Jesus. Woo.
oh, my
Wow.
heart breaks.
My heart
Same,
breaks
same,
too.
same thing with the young man that couldn't leave the baby mama alone. She had moved on with her life. He literally looked at her in front of her family and said, "If I can't have you, nobody else will have you. Don't let me find out you done had another dude around my kid."
Ooh wee.
Now, this is what he told her in front of her family. A week later, he shoot her dead in the head in front of their 3-year-old child.
So let me go back. The statement is made to her in front of the family. Did she not take it seriously?
Her family didn't take it seriously. She went and tried to get a what you call them
Restraining order?
Restraining order.
restraint order. They denied her, saying that there wasn't enough evidence because he just spoke it out loud, but he hadn't tried to hurt her.
Come on now.
And didn't pick him up for
They
threat or
denied her.
anything.
Never picked him up because they denied her.
That's wrong.
And then a week later, she dead, and
My
he lived.
God.
So it's
That's
just like
horrible.
all of this stuff that you see when somebody is trying to get help, and you got the police, the law enforcement dropping the ball.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And then
Yes.
you trying to fandangle things around the guides of the guidelines of the law. Well, I
Right.
can't do this, and even if I pick him up, I can only hold him for this long. So what's going to happen when I let him out?
Right.
You catch what I'm saying? And so, instead of you trying to tell a lot of females now, baby, I suggest you arm yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
I suggest you arm yourself. Now, I'm not telling you to do it in a manner where you got to kill it, but you need to arm yourself in case he come to do that to you.
Ooh.
That's what I'm saying. Because law enforcement can only do just so much, literally. If you sit back and you read the guidelines of your state concerning domestic violence, look at what they can and can't do for you.
But that's kind of sad to me because a person speaking out of their mouth, you would think would be enough to say, you spoke it. I'm gonna
That
detain
is
you. I'm
true.
gonna
But that's
something.
the thing. They should have picked him up for threat.
But they
Although they
didn't.
could not keep him that long, they should have picked him up regardless because he made the threat. They could have
Yes.
held him probably up to 24 hours. They could have even held him for a couple of hours, but they would have let him know if they would have picked him up, I'm on to you. So if
Right.
something happened, we coming for you. So I
Right?
advise you to leave her alone.
I agree. But the only problem with that is there was a guy, they did pick him up. She got the restraining order. When they let him out, as soon as they let him out, he went and killed her.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
my God.
Because some
So
people
he,
just
he
don't
did it
care.
anyway. Say
Yeah,
it
some
again.
people just don't care because it's a piece of
Yeah.
paper.
Some people don't care.
It's a piece
And
of
see that, and
paper.
that's the thing. In this young lady's case that just got killed, I think she was killed what 3 days ago.
Ooh.
She went and she went and bought a whole bulletproof vest and all, put it on, went to her mama's house and said, "If anything happened to me,
Ooh.
my husband did it."
My God.
And her mama said, "Wait a minute, you went and got the restraining order." She said, "Yep, but I was just informed that they are about to let him out."
Ooh.
I promise you. Same day she left her mama house, right after she left her mama house, pulling up into her driveway, he pulled up behind her.
But why she didn't stay with the mama? You gotta keep yourself. If you know he is out,
I,
you
I
gotta.
don't know. I don't know.
Because a
Maybe
lot of women
and
feel
she
like
thought
you're
that
not
and
gonna take my freedom.
right.
I'm
And this
still gonna have my independence. I'm not gonna subject other people to this. So if he gonna come after me, he not gonna get my mama too.
Ooh.
I'm
right.
gonna go home.
She went home. She pulled up in the driveway. He pulled up behind her. She was wearing the bulletproof vest she bought. He shot her dead in the head with the kids in the back seat.
Ooh. My
Got in his car
God.
and drove off. His kids were
Ooh.
able to tell the cops when the neighbor called 911. His kids were able to say, "My daddy did it."
Ooh.
He
Wow.
didn't
It's
touch them.
heartbreaking.
He didn't touch them. Only person he hurt was her.
It's heartbreaking.
And there's something that is that is in a person's mind that is so warped that would do that. That is so major, major.
But it's so
Ooh.
prevalent now.
Mm-hmm.
And like I've said it multiple times before on our past shows. Since COVID brought out stuff that was already in people.
All
Right.
kind of stuff.
But
You
see, they
catch what I'm
had an
saying?
outlet. They had an outlet. And
Yeah.
then when COVID confined everybody, they no longer have that outlet. So
Yeah.
what am I gonna do? I'm trapped with my abuser.
Yep.
I'm getting on his nerves all the time because 9 times out of 10 he don't want to be around me anyway, and he can't go to his side chick or he can't go out. He just can't
Right.
because she trapped with her husband or boyfriend or whoever else. So now, what is
Ooh.
there for me to do?
Right.
Ooh.
I'm stuck. So all we can do is fight, and I gotta protect myself the best way I can.
Oh my God.
And
That's
see,
a
I,
lot.
I have an issue with the scenario that just played out where the man came to harm her. She did arm herself. She killed him, and they charged her.
And they
Self-defense, and they
will.
Yeah,
charged her.
and they have it on file where they have been to their house multiple times for domestic violence, and he was always the one that they locked up. But
Wow.
as soon as she killed him, they charged her.
And she gonna have to
Ooh.
go to trial and everything, and she gonna have to prove that it was self-defense because
Yep,
there's a person dead and there's only one person to tell the story.
yep,
My
Although
God.
the story has been written, this
Right.
is the type of stuff that we go through, and that's the sad part.
yep.
Because how can you tell me I can protect myself, but I can't really protect myself because you're gonna charge me regardless?
Right.
I gotta go through all this stress regardless. When
Yep.
he's been beating on me, he's been harassing me. I've been calling the cops. I got him out the house. I did everything I was supposed to do, but he keeps showing up. I got the restraining order. He's still
Yep.
showing up. How come y'all don't have some police protection around
Right.
my house? Why don't y'all have it circling my house like every hour or something like that? It's so that if y'all see his car or see an unfamiliar car, y'all could come check up on me.
And
They-
I survived him, but you take my life
You take my
Yep.
and
life.
lock me up.
And they
Exactly.
now they
Woo.
originally tried to give her first degree murder charge. They dropped it all the way down to manslaughter recently. And I pray that they just throw it out.
They need to throw it
Please.
You know
out
what I'm saying?
because
I
all
pray
the
that
evidence is there.
yeah, I pray that when they look at how many restraining orders she's had and how many times they had to come and pick him up, that there's no charge at all.
Hmm.
But depending on where she at, what state, you know how they
Right.
gonna do.
Right.
So you would pray the positive for her,
Right.
but the state gonna do what they want.
And then there are
Ooh.
some states that when you call the cops for domestic violence, they take them both.
Yeah,
So what's the point of me calling
yep.
and you gonna
And
arrest me?
North Carolina is one of them.
Ooh.
He putting his hands on me, but I called and you gonna take me too.
Yep,
What you mean? So I might as well just do what I gotta do.
Right.
yep.
If I'm gonna go through all of this anyway, why not just do what I gotta do, get it over with, and then I just go through it?
My
Because
God.
now I got a reason.
Mm.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Ooh.
I mean,
Wee.
let's go ahead and jump on this bandwagon as well. It ain't just the people committing domestic violence with each other.
Mm-mm.
Let's talk about these mothers killing their kids.
Right,
Ooh.
right.
Help
Let's
us.
let's talk
Because
about
they
that.
can't handle it.
Let's talk about these mother killing their kid. And sometimes it's not even a mother, it's another family member. I
Hmm.
My
watched one.
God.
I watched one where I watched it play out. They showed the video that this aunt went and picked up her nephew
Mm-hmm.
from her sister. She drove him to this little like a park that had like a little water thing.
Mm-hmm.
She walked up to the water thing and just threw the little boy in the water
What
and
in
just
the world?
sat there and watched him fight for help
What
and
in the
did nothing.
world?
When everybody realized, I mean, people was just watching it and like in shock. When they realized that he was fighting for help, somebody jumped in to get him out, but it was too late.
Oh my God.
She killed her nephew. So the next phone call that was made is to the sister. Excuse me, but do you know such and such? Because your sister just killed your son.
Ooh.
Mm, mm,
My Lord
mm.
today.
That would have been like a what?
Right.
Repeat yourself?
Say it again, because I'm
And
not
Is
then
following
she
you.
under the jail because y'all about to arrest me?
And
For
then
real.
ask the sister, they showed the sister go talk to her. Why did you do what you do? Well, there was voices telling me to kill everybody kids. But because
What?
I saw your but because I saw yours first, I took him
Yours
first.
was the one who had to go first.
Ooh. Wee.
Yours
She
was the
said
sacrifice.
the voices in my head told me that all the children were demons.
Mhm.
Ooh.
That's what she said.
She done
And
went schizophrenic.
so for people to think that
Yeah,
this stuff ain't real,
It's
it
real.
is.
because spirits do talk to people.
Oh, they
Hmm.
do.
That's what I'm saying.
They
Now
Hmm.
the
do.
question is, are you gonna listen to them though?
That's
Hmm.
right. That's
You know what
right.
I'm saying? They talk to people all the time.
But
And
you know,
at the end of the day, the question is, baby, whose voice are you listening to?
but that's
Yes,
that's the thing. But you know, schizophrenia is real.
Yeah,
it is.
And
yeah.
they hear a lot of voices. I have people in my family that fight with schizophrenia on a daily basis. If they're not maintaining them voices by taking their medicine, they will do all kinds of stuff.
Oh, I know.
Ooh.
And
The
it's
multiple personality disorder, same
yes.
thing.
And depending on what type of schizophrenic you are, because there's paranoid schizophrenic, there's all types of schizophrenia. If you're a paranoid schizophrenic, you always think somebody's after you. So
Right.
what are they doing? They carrying weapons. They
Yep,
Ooh.
sleeping with weapons. They're constantly checking doors and windows.
yep,
It's bad.
yeah.
It's really bad. And somebody can get really hurt,
Hurt.
including themselves.
Right.
So them voices ain't no joke. When you recognize it or you see your loved one acting crazy, listen, the first thing you need to do is dial 911. You they
Please.
and if you notice they're acting crazy, like they're hearing the voices or they're picking up stuff, putting in bags, tell them to send a paramedic and
Yes.
let
Mhm.
them know what's going on. The
Right.
cops don't
Yes.
necessarily have to come unless they're violent. But
Right.
Right.
if they are not violent, just tell them to send a paramedic. I've had
Mhm.
to do it myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had to do it for loved ones. Hey,
Right.
I got to do what I got to do to protect them and to
Right.
protect me.
Right.
I used to work in that field. Mental health is
It's
no joke.
real.
Oh, it's no
It's no
man.
joke. And I promise you,
Ooh.
I just watched this it was about an hour long, but I just watched this video on YouTube. Black female prominent lawyer. When I say prominent, this chick was the lawyer for celebrities and
Mhm.
big wig, Fortune 500 people. But you know what she did? This lady took her car and killed 6 people with it.
Mm.
My
She
Lord.
just ran them over, random people, and just went there and ran them over. When they got her and asked her why she did it,
Mm-hmm.
she said the voices in my head told me to murder a whole bunch of people.
Ooh.
She said, if you, I'm telling you right now, if you let me go, I'm gonna go kill some more.
But
This is
look,
her in the video talking to them. And so they're talking to her. They said, but you're a lawyer, very educated now.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, yes. She said, but nobody listened to me when I told them that I've been off my meds. She
Wow.
told somebody that she was without her meds and she was away from home at the time.
mm,
She said, I've been off my meds for a while. I asked a doctor here to give me my meds and they told me no.
mm,
What?
mm.
And because she wasn't their patient.
Right.
And so they told her no. And without her being on her meds, they said, have you ever been diagnosed with anything during her interrogation? And she said, yes. They said, what? She said, I'm bipolar and I have been diagnosed with manic schizophrenia.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
And
My
so
God.
it didn't take much to set her off. And she
Mm-mm.
had already been off her meds for about 90 days.
Wow.
So it wouldn't take much. Everything was bothering her, everything was getting on her nerves. And when that voice told
Mhm.
her, go kill a whole bunch of people, she did.
Wow.
And then you got to realize what she's dealing with on a daily basis. So the amount of stress that she was under.
Yeah,
So and then she just conformed.
yeah. And
Like,
when she
okay, this is my outlet now. This is what the voices is telling me to do. So I'm gonna go get my outlet because it's just too much.
right. And when
Yeah.
they asked her, they said, do you want us to read your rights? She said, you don't have to. I already know them. And when they asked her what she wanted, she said, charge me with murder.
My God.
She told them what to do. She was literally charge me with murder.
Because I'm gonna go do
If
it
you
again.
charge me with less than that, when I get out, I'll do it again.
Hmm.
Wow.
This was her words to them. And I was just sitting there looking at the screen like,
But what's crazy about that? If they put her in a cell with anybody,
Oh, that's a wrap.
uh-huh.
that's the right. They're gonna have to continuously watch her and make sure
Yeah.
she's on her
Well, I
meds.
don't I
Yeah.
don't think she would go to a regular facility
I would think
because of
not.
what she was diagnosed
So
with.
dangerous.
When she told them it was manic schizophrenia, they was already on the phone with a mental facility to see if they could take her in.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, like, when they were talking back and forth to the people, they said, "Is there anybody else that we can call for you?" She said, "Yeah, I need you to call my mom and I need you to call my husband." And when they called her mama and her husband and told them what happened, you just heard her mama scream so loud on the other end of the phone. I mean, the way she belted out the cry,
Hmm.
it was just like she just knew that she lost her baby, and
Ooh.
that was just it. And she was like, "What happened?" She said that she told somebody that she had been without her meds. And her mama said, hold on for a second. She went in her room and all of her meds was in the house.
Ooh.
So when she left to go do wherever she was taking care of some cases at, she left all her meds at home.
And probably unintentional.
Wow.
And she thought that, well, I could go to somebody here and they'll give me my meds and I'll be okay. But when
Hmm.
that doctor told her no, because she wasn't a patient, it's not like she didn't try
Right?
to get help.
But are they wrong for doing that?
No.
No, no, because she's not their patient. But what they could have told her
Mm-hmm.
is they could have said,
Go to emergency, maybe?
go, she could have went and committed herself,
Okay.
right? And she could have went and committed herself. They
Mm-hmm.
would have done a 72-hour hold on her.
Okay.
While she was there, they would have medicated her.
Right.
And
And
gave
then
her a script.
she could have got a script to get her medication.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, because she was somewhere that wasn't home, that might have been why she didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? And depending on what she was doing with the workload, she may not have had time to stop and do it.
Well,
So it
let's
just
talk about
depends.
that for a minute because this whole I'm dealing with that this Saturday. This whole thing of stress and how we've become so overexerted whether
Mm-hmm.
it's in our jobs or whatever we're dealing with. The way that stress has is killing people
Yep.
mentally
Mhm.
and causing them. The human mind is only designed to go so far. I
Mhm.
think
Right.
I think we push ourselves too far, and that can even translate into your parenting as well.
Yep.
Mhm.
Because I've seen it to where a mother is stressed out. You come home from work, all the stuff you can't say at work, you sometimes you bring it home to your children.
Mhm.
And some parents have physically hurt their children out of stress for other stuff,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but they were the closest thing to them, and all the aggression and
Came
all
out
the
on them.
stress that they're feeling gets projected onto the children, and
Mhm.
some of them didn't survive it.
Yep.
Right.
They're
But
gone.
even with the stress level on a physical aspect,
Mm-hmm.
it's so important for us to listen to our body because stress does talk
Yes,
to you.
it does.
Right.
The
It'll
body
start,
keeps the score.
yes, it'll start to the point where you could barely keep your eyes open.
Yep.
Yep.
I've been through that.
Yep.
My
Yep.
uterus collapsed because of stress. I
Wow.
woke up one morning and just couldn't walk.
Oh my Lord.
And I ended up having to have an emergency hysterectomy.
Wow.
And it's so important for us to recognize when the amount of stress that you're under and listen to your
Mhm.
body.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, it'll take you out of here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stress brings on a lot of stuff.
It does.
And this is why now prayer is key for
Yeah.
me. Prayer saves my life all
Yep.
the time. Like, because even just working in the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
it's a stressful situation, but I love what I do. I love
Mm-hmm.
helping people.
Mm-hmm.
So that prayer is what keeps me going.
Right.
I'm like, Lord, you got to lead and guide me because, this right here, seeing some of these people and what they're going through,
Right.
it's hard. And then got to come home, it's hard. And not feel,
Yep.
not, come on now, it's hard.
And we need a support.
Yes.
Our my group therapy, they always say, and when this is done, you need to find some kind of support group
Mm-hmm.
because life can just be very overwhelming
Yes.
for just an adult period. And then when COVID hit and these jobs started allowing people to retire early, they cut corners. That means those of you who are left, you
Mm-hmm.
get all that extra work, no more
Yes.
money, but you get all this extra work. Now you're stretching your mind and your body and
Mm-hmm.
everything 7 days, 10, 12 hours, trying to be a wife, a mom, all this
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And our bodies and minds weren't designed for that kind of overload. And
Exactly.
if you don't have a place to go where you can release some of that, and therapy isn't just when something's going bad. You kind of need to have that preventative maintenance always before it
Yep.
gets to the pinnacle, before it gets to that, I'm hearing voices. It's like
Mm-hmm.
right now, the way the world is, you kind of need that in your life all the time,
Mm-hmm.
on constant rotation. And a good support group, a good ministry with a good, leader who is going to, feed you the word. If you need a good girlfriend to talk to,
Mm-hmm.
because I was definitely having a moment when I called y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I just need to look at y'all face for a second
Right.
before I go off on a deep end because I got some news that wasn't good. I don't like getting bad news.
Mm-hmm.
It makes my chest burn. That's
Okay.
anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I was smart enough to say,
Let me
let
pick
me
up this
call,
phone.
let me call
Mm-hmm.
my girls because I got to get my mind off
Right.
of what's
Mm-hmm.
happening. But if you're in constant isolation and you
Yeah.
are replaying the issues over, why I should be further off. Why don't I have this? I'm not pretty. I'm not this. And here come the voices
Right.
because
Mm-hmm.
you're stewing in it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
that's what causes the mental breakdown. You're
Yes.
stewing in the negativity. You're
Mm-hmm.
stewing in those thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would be better off not here. Nobody would even miss me. You're
Mm-hmm.
stewing in that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
My God, help us today.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
And that's
mm,
that's
mm.
the worst part. Like, And then when you feel like the so-called outlet that you have chosen, you can't trust it,
Ooh,
you revert backwards.
you
Right.
do.
You know what I'm saying?
You
You
do.
revert backwards because you're like, okay, I'm coming to talk to you, but what I come to talk to you about, I'm hearing it from somebody else.
Ooh,
Right.
we.
Ooh. Hmm.
So you're not helping me.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
At all.
So
You're not
all the
helping me.
rejection issues and abandonment issues just came right back to the forefront,
Yep.
and you just put, added one more block to it.
Mm-hmm.
And now here it is.
Yep.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And
Exactly.
the whole thing is then what? And that's the reason why, you don't want to jump to religion. And even with some people, when you try to say, whatever you feel like your higher power is, sweetie, that's who you need to talk to.
That
Right.
part.
You catch what
Right.
I'm saying?
Yep.
And if you got a relationship with God, I don't care what your other outlets do. Go to the source.
I know that's
Amen.
Because the source is gonna make it better.
right.
He
Yes.
gonna
Right.
tell you what to do, what not to do, and he gonna tell you who to cut loose
Mm-hmm.
so that
Yes.
you can be at peace.
Yes.
Because sometimes you just gotta cut some stuff off.
That's it.
Yes.
And when you do go to a peaceful state, when I tell you, not only does it help your mental, but baby, you can see the change in your physical,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
and you can see the change in your spiritual.
That's
Because
right.
Yeah.
there has to be a balance.
That's
There
right.
has to be a
Yes.
balance.
Yes.
I
That's
promise you,
good.
me and LSG was having a conversation. I don't know, it was like a week ago, maybe a little longer than that. When she was like, "You do realize the changes that you made, right?" She said, "And when you made certain changes, look at what happened
Hmm.
medically wise. Like, so when I made certain changes in my physical life,
Yes.
it spilled over into my medical part of my physical
Yes.
life. Where when I stopped doing certain things and I cut certain things off
Hmm.
and I stopped doing so much
Yeah.
and I started resting myself more and I
Yes.
just started saying no and all of that good stuff. When I started
Yes.
doing all of that, it changed some areas in my medical situation. And
Wow.
So
so
proud
I
of you.
didn't I didn't pay attention to it until she said something.
Wow.
And I was like, you know what? I said, but I ain't do nothing differently besides. She was like, yes, you have. And she started
Mhm.
running it down.
Yes.
She said, you stopped running so much. You started resting more.
Yep.
You started saying no to people. You
Yep.
started doing this. She said, and all of that made that change.
Well,
Yes.
And
LHG, I'm so excited that you became the water. Because one plants and one waters. You know
Yes.
how and God brings the increase. So I'm so blessed and highly favored, John.
Look,
But
I told you
sometimes it
I
takes
had
that
paid no
though.
attention to it, right? And so,
Sometimes it takes that other
It
person to
do. It
see what the
do.
changes are. Sometimes
right.
you have
And
to
and
have that
so
perspective.
I can share, I can share to say, where my numbers would never elevate
Right.
in the place where they told me that I was going to have the bone marrow transplant, I may not have to have it anymore. You
Let's
see
Jesus.
what
say
I'm
it.
saying? And
Yes.
so in that, even though it might be something small, you know, that's
Mhm.
a big
That's
a big
huge.
leap,
Yes, it
Yes.
is.
for anybody that's been around to know what I've been dealing
Mhm.
with medically
That
wise.
is
It's a
huge.
huge leap.
Mhm.
Yes.
Even though it's a small one, we're gonna take it.
Yes.
You catch what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Absolutely.
It's a small victory, but baby, it's a victory still.
It's a
Yes.
And
victory.
so, that's the reason why you be grateful over the small things,
Yes. Yes.
okay? So that when the big things do happen, you can be even more grateful for those. It's the small stuff for me.
Yes.
You know what
Ooh,
I'm saying? I
Lord, I
tell
thank
people
you.
all the time that you have to be aware of who you are, whose you are, and what you are.
That's right.
When
Mhm.
you don't know those things, you'll deal with anything.
Yes, you
That's
will.
right.
And
That's the
so
truth.
if you know that you are a king's kid, you
Yes.
are royalty, he
Yes.
told you that
Mhm.
you can have certain things. He said that if you ask the mountain to be removed, it will be
It
what?
will be removed.
It will be
Removed.
removed.
He
Woo.
said that if you ask, he'll answer. That's what he
Hmm.
said.
Hallelujah.
That's
So
right.
the whole thing is, what are you asking him for?
What are you asking for?
What are you
My
asking him
Lord.
for? And do
Mm.
you believe when you ask that he'll
Woo.
actually do it?
Jesus.
And we had that conversation.
Yes. Do you believe when he asks that he gonna do it? And
Mm.
Jesus.
so, I tell people all the time, it may not be total healing yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I
Yeah.
said, yet,
Yeah.
Yes.
but it's on the way. I
Right.
know it's on the way.
Yes, it
So
is.
as long as I keep the spirit of expectation about it, he's
Yes.
gonna do it.
Yes.
He's
My
gonna do it.
God.
Plus, on top of that, he made me a promise.
Come
Hmm.
on.
And he don't lie on his
No, he
promise.
don't.
So the whole thing is there's some things that you promised me, and I can't do them ill and decrepit.
That's
Right.
right.
That's
Come
what
on
I'm
here.
saying. So I know that you're gonna fix some stuff.
Come on
Yes.
You're
here.
gonna sum some stuff up, right? And you finna work it right on out on my behalf.
Woo.
Yes.
Right. So when I keep telling people, if you begin to change your language
Yes.
That's it.
concerning yourself,
That's it
Thank you,
right there.
Jesus.
it changes things and how they happen with you.
Mhm.
Yes.
If you don't change your own language
Mhm.
concerning yourself, things won't change.
That's right.
How do you see yourself?
Mm.
Do you see yourself delivered, healed, and set free?
My
Ooh,
God.
Do
Jesus.
you see yourself living a life of abundance?
Come on
Mm.
here.
Or do you feel like you unworthy to have it?
Yes.
I
Woo.
don't.
Jesus.
Why? He told me that I was his daughter.
Yes.
Yes.
If I'm his daughter, that means I could have what he had.
That's right.
Yes.
Because he said that I could have more than what he had when he
Come
left here.
on. Come
Yes.
on.
So why am I acting like I can't have these things?
Oh,
My
Jesus.
God.
So the question is,
Start to change your language
yes,
concerning yourself.
Yes.
right. So the question is, are you in the posture to receive it
That's it. I talk about your posture all the
all
All
the
time.
the
time?
time.
Are you in the posture that you just laying down?
I'm
Hmm.
ready. I'm ready. Like, come on.
Right.
But
Like, come
what way
on.
are you laying down? Am
Mm.
I laying down, baby? I don't care how long it takes me to get up, but I can go prostrate.
I
Come
know
on
that's
here.
right.
Okay?
Come on
Hmm.
here.
And if I go prostrate, it's a whole problem because we're gonna go straight in.
Straight
Yes.
And we're
in.
gonna stay there till something change.
Till something
Woo.
happens.
When I tell people that if you don't know what the
Woo.
threshing floor is, and I tell you that you need to return to it, look it up and read it.
Look it up. Read
Look up
it.
what the threshing floor is and what it meant.
Mm.
If you know the story of Hannah, she was on the threshing floor.
Hmm.
Go
My
back
God.
to
My
the
God.
threshing floor
Mm.
Mhm.
until your situation changes.
My God.
The question is, can you hang in there long enough
Can you?
to see the change?
My
Mm.
God.
Or will you run from it?
Ooh.
You're gonna
Will
be right at the edge of your breakthrough.
Woo.
Can you hang on long enough
Jesus.
to open the door to it?
Come on here.
you?
Or will you
Hang on
walk
in there.
away? Or will you walk away right when he about to release it?
Woo. My God.
This is
Mm.
where you are. You are in between the threshing floor moment and the breakthrough.
Woo.
And you press through on the threshing floor to get to your breakthrough.
Mm.
Yes.
Can you do it? I am
Yes.
so it hurts me. I have to admit that people don't do Prayer services no more.
Right.
No, they don't.
That's how we got it back in the
That's
day.
how we
Mhm.
got it, girl.
That's
Yes.
how we got it back in the day.
However long it took.
Lock us in. Ain't nobody
Right.
going
That's it.
nowhere.
Yes.
That's
Lock the
it.
door. Come back in the morning, Deacon.
That's right.
You catch what I'm
It's
saying?
called by any means
By
By
necessary.
any
any
means
means necessary.
necessary.
You catch what I'm
Shut
saying?
in.
We ain't going
We
nowhere.
ain't going nowhere.
Nowhere.
I'm gonna stay right here until he hear me. This gonna be like a thorn in my foot. We're gonna wrestle this one,
Woo.
honey. We wrestling tonight.
And that's the
I ain't
problem with
moving
some of
until you
us.
fix
We
it.
moving too much. We
Hmm.
moving
That's
too much.
it.
We too antsy and gotta be busy and gotta be here and gotta be there. And we allow our anxieties and those impulsivities to take
Yep.
control. No. Sit right
Sit your
here
tail down
and
somewhere.
get what you need. Woo!
Honey,
My God,
if
today.
y'all missed LHG's vendor night, she had this young lady up there, Shay Hill
Woo!
Chandra. This lady come up
Lord.
there and shut the whole show down.
Shut it
Okay.
off. Listen, I could have
And
rolled onto the floor and rolled down my driveway.
okay, she shut the whole show down.
My
And
God.
all she said was something very simple. She said, I had to go into a place of silence
Woo.
so that I could hear what God was trying to say, so that he could take lead to tell me my next steps.
Come on.
This is what she said. You catch what I'm saying? She
On
said,
my
Mm-hmm.
vendor show.
I know that I was supposed to come
Come
up
on.
here and bend. I was supposed to come up here and bend tonight, but that ain't what I got for you.
That ain't what I
Mm-hmm.
What I
got.
got for you is to go in silence, seek the Lord, and wait for your next step.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
When she said that thing, I said, girl,
That was a
let me
wrap,
tell you
child.
something.
Roll the credits. Roll the
Okay.
credits.
Wrote that, but I said, that's all you needed to do. You ain't need to bend nothing. That was it. Okay. I mean, because it was so profound in the
So
moment.
profound, girl.
But the
Woo.
whole thing is, a lot of people don't understand that.
So many of us don't.
Honey, when you go in silence and it's you and God,
That's it. Right
and
there.
it's you and him for
Just
real,
me and him.
and you get into that moment and you got a notebook and you say, you know what? Okay, God,
What
I'm
you
listening.
saying?
I'm listening. And you just, whoo, you only writing down what he's saying to you. That's
Mm-hmm.
it.
Woo.
There ain't no other voices.
Right.
Okay?
No
You don't answer
distractions.
your phone. It's
Not at
on do
all.
not disturb. You don't have on no TV
Mm-mm.
unless we playing some Gisple.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We ain't doing none of that. All right?
Come on.
But we not doing none of that.
Come
Okay?
on.
If
And
it ain't me,
make sure it's the Gispo that has a message in
make
it,
sure it's
okay?
the Gisple. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because
The
if
good
it ain't
gospel.
if it
Mm-hmm.
ain't if it ain't something that's gonna connect me with you at this moment,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's a done deal.
Mm-mm.
And
Right.
what she does is on certain days, she'll be like, okay, I'm shutting down social media for 24 hours. Many of us will go crazy, but we will be able to hear so
Right.
much
Yes.
in that quiet time.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes I can wake up in the middle of the night, I grab my phone out of habit.
But you know what? That's the reason why I love it when I go on consecrations. I
Mm-hmm.
promise you I do. I promise you I do. That is one of the best times for me
Ooh.
because I get quiet. I don't talk to a lot of people unless you consecrating with me. It
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
ain't a whole lot of conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Unless we handling business, it ain't a whole lot of conversation.
That's right.
And that's one of the times where I can hear him the most.
My
He can
God.
tell me what he needs me to do. He can
Yes.
tell me how to move, when not to move, when to sit myself down. I need you to go here. I need you to go there. I need you to do this. But that's that time. And not only that, that's the time when he can say, look, I need you to look at this picture of you. This is you right now. This is you after this consecration.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So I need you to see the difference. Because if you stick with it, this is where you're gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And
Ooh.
the problem is we don't like to stick with it.
No,
But
we don't.
that's the thing, the elevation at the end of the consecration or during like
That's right.
sometime he'll elevate within a day or two. And you be like, for real, Lord? Like you just blowing my mind right now. Is this really happening?
Wow.
Like it's amazing. Like it's so
The
amazing
more
what
you
God
the
does.
more you do it, the more you'll want to do it. You catch
Mhm.
Okay.
what I'm saying? And only because when you really make the flesh come up with a suggestion, I
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
don't care how much you want to kick him back against it.
That's
Honey,
it.
when you make that declaration that you're gonna go through it
Yes,
until it's over, that's it.
that's
Ooh,
it.
Jesus.
That's it. And that's when you have to be determined to do something. My motivation is my expectation of this when it's over.
Yes.
Yes,
That's
that's
my
good. That's
motivation that'll
good.
keep
That's
me that'll
good.
keep me on the right
Mhm.
track for me to do it.
My
Yes.
God.
Because let me tell you something. They plenty of days where I'd be like, you know what? Everybody finna catch it.
Hmm.
And then he'll change the whole thing. Nope, the
Mhm.
only one that's finna catch something is you about to catch this, and he send you up.
That part.
And what you done caught is the Holy Ghost, and you got to go sit your tail down somewhere.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying. He'll meet you right where you at if you let it.
Yes.
Right.
But a
Right.
lot of times we won't let it.
That's right.
We say we want him so much.
Come on.
But do you though? Because when he give you that touch and that glimpse of who he can be,
Mhm.
Ooh.
a lot of times you ain't ready.
That part.
Come on here.
Because with him, there's a requirement.
Yes,
Yes.
it is.
Just like what we talked about earlier. He's the parent.
Yes.
So with
Yes.
us, there are requirements.
Yes.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? And the
My
question is,
God.
as the adult children, are we meeting his requirements?
Oh,
Ooh,
Jesus.
that's good. That's good. That's good.
And
And
that's the
half
question.
of us can say no. And
Yes.
it's okay to say no because you say ouch and you keep it moving.
That's
That's right.
it.
That's right.
So in this thing right now, like I said about this whole resolution thing, I ain't got no resolution.
Me
Mm-mm.
either.
The
No.
whole question I have is, God, what can I fix?
That's
Yes,
it.
God. Ooh, that's good.
What can I fix? That's a resolution. What
Yes.
can I fix? What is it that I'm not doing that I need to do?
But see,
Right.
that's the thing. Doing those self-evaluations, it take a lot, and a lot of people don't want to go through the self-evaluation because then they feel like, okay, well, I'm being a failure. No, you're improving yourself. You are
Yes.
bettering yourself. This is what God wants you to fix so that He can work more in you. Like,
Right.
what's the problem? Why don't you want to look in the mirror and really take a look at yourself and see that you're not perfect?
And think about
Right.
it. Companies do it in corporate.
Yeah.
Yes.
They look at the numbers, the revenue, what we
Mhm.
gained, what we lost. They go
Mhm.
into the closed door meeting with the mahogany chairs and tables,
Yep.
and they
Right.
have those meetings. Well, we didn't make it here. What can we do better? This work, can we enhance it? Why wouldn't we do that?
Right.
Exactly.
Why not?
Right. Why would you not want to cultivate
Right.
Ooh, we.
Right.
what he has placed in you?
Yes.
Exactly.
But the problem with that statement I just made is you can't cultivate what you don't know.
That's
That part.
right. That's right.
That
And
part.
the question to you is, why don't you want to know?
Mm.
What are you afraid
What
of?
do you feel like is going to happen to you when you find out who you really are?
Right. Right.
Mhm. You might not like yourself.
Right. That part.
But if you don't like yourself, then change the person that you are
Change it.
because you might be answering to the labels that they called you and you conform to the labels that they were calling you instead of you being the real
I
you.
did it for a long time.
Wow.
I answered to what they called me
Wow.
until I got enough confidence to say, you know what? I'm not that,
Right.
Mm.
but I am this.
Yes.
I'm not what you just said.
Mhm.
Oh, but I am this.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
this is the change that I'm going to make.
Mhm.
I am not insecure. Oh, I'm very confident
Yes.
and I love me.
Mhm.
Yes.
Let's make that very clear.
My
I
God.
love me. I love me enough to not damage me anymore.
Come
Exactly.
on.
Exactly.
And how do you damage you? By listening to what people call you,
Exactly.
Yes.
by listening to what they say to you. I'm not going to be your garbage can
Mm-mm.
anymore.
Right.
Not at
Don't bring
all.
it over here.
Don't do it. Don't
Take it
do
to
it.
the landfill. That is not my address.
That's right.
Exactly.
I'm not going to be the bag lady anymore. I'm not
Mm-mm.
carrying any more dead weight.
Ooh, come
No,
on. Come
I'm
Mm-mm.
on.
not doing that.
No more
If it's
dumping
not
ground over
my
here.
weight to carry, I will not
I
carry
don't
it.
want it. I don't want it.
And think about that dead weight. Let's just talk about that for a second. If you think of a dead person, they release everything, okay? Because they have no control because they're dead.
Yep.
So
Mhm.
then while you're trying to turn them, it's just heaviness. It's
Yes.
nothing but heaviness. You got to clean them. It's all heavy. You got to
Right.
hold them. It's it's really like you're lifting. If this person is 150 pounds, you're lifting that 150 pounds with no help. You don't have a spotter. Why are you holding that weight?
That's it.
Right.
It's too much to carry.
And for some of us, your physical weight is coming from the dead weight.
Yes.
Yep. That would be me. Letting
I
it go.
know,
It's
I
got to
know
go.
because it was me.
It's got to go.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying?
Lay aside
Your
every
physical
weight.
weight
Every
is
weight.
coming from the dead weight.
Mhm.
Jesus.
Lay aside every weight that so easily
Easily.
besets you.
Ooh
But
wee.
this is the thing too with laying aside that weight. If you can't forgive, you can't lay aside that weight.
That's true.
What caused you to carry that weight? What is the root of your issue?
Wow. That's good.
That's where you need to look. What are you repressing?
Yeah.
Because a
That's
lot of
right.
times we say we forgave, but we repressed it. We just never had to deal with it.
That's
Now
right.
it's looking us in our face, and now you got to deal with it.
You got to deal with it if you're gonna
You
move forward. You got to.
exactly. You don't have a choice.
You
That's
got
it.
So
to.
to give that thing power over you,
Ooh.
that's
Come
walking in
on.
unforgiveness, and that's too much. Hey,
Look,
Bobby,
hey Bobby,
That's
it's
right.
too much power for one person to have over you. That
That's
person is
right.
not God. That thing is not God, and they
Right.
should not have that much power over you.
that's
Forgiveness
it.
is for you,
That's
Yes.
not
it.
anybody else. When you can say you forgave somebody and truly forgive, you
Hmm.
release them from that power and
That's
you
right.
take that power back.
And you take your freedom.
You
Right.
take your freedom.
You be
Exactly.
free. You're free.
Exactly. And they can walk around. They might be walking around not even knowing they did something
You
to you,
see?
but
That's
you
That's
it.
holding
true.
on to
That's
it.
it.
That's it.
That's
So
it.
you the
You
only
not
one
forgiving them and they
mad.
done moved on.
That's right.
Yes, you the only one mad. I wrote about that in my book. You out with your girls or something and you see somebody you don't like and all of a sudden now you can't even have a good time. You got to leave the whole restaurant
Mm-mm.
or wherever you was. Why? And the only one mad is you cuz they still doing what they doing.
That's right.
We
Yeah.
still doing what we doing and you
The
had to
worst
go.
part about it though is what if the other person don't even know how they offended you?
That part.
And that happens a lot in
A lot.
It
relationships.
They don't
does.
even
They
know
don't
what they
even
did
know.
because you never said
You
nothing.
never said a
They don't
thing.
even know.
Never opened your mouth to say, this is what you did to me. You never even gave the person a chance to apologize.
Right.
But if
Right.
you would have told them when it first happened, guess what? They may have apologized and y'all might still be speaking.
Look,
Absolutely.
look, talk about it now.
Absolutely.
Look,
Absolutely.
I wanna share this scripture with somebody that's listening. Matthew 11:28 through 30. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are
Mm.
heavy laden,
Yes.
and I will give you rest.
Mm.
Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly at heart, and ye shall find rest unto your soul. For my yoke is easy and my burden is
It is
light.
light. My
Yes.
Lord.
Okay, so I need y'all to hear that.
Mhm.
Yes.
All of this heaviness that you got, that
Ooh.
you're allowing other people to bog you down with,
Ooh, my Lord.
Let it
release
go.
it. Release it to the right source.
Yes.
Yes.
Release it to the
Yes.
right source.
He said, cast your cares upon him because
All
he
of
cares
them.
for you.
That's what he said.
Cast
Release it upon
them.
him.
Yes.
Ooh,
Release
wee.
it upon him. All of this stuff that brings on the anxiety,
Yes.
Hmm.
that starts the depression,
Yes.
Yes.
that gives you these thoughts of wanting to take yourself out.
Yes.
Yes.
All of this stuff, cast it.
And
Yes.
leave it. Cast and leave.
That's it. Right there.
Stop going back to it.
That's it. You got walk away.
But you got to realize every time you pick that thing back up,
It's
you
worse.
coming back work exactly.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
7 more devils on your back every
Yes.
time you pick that up. So think about that. Think about that 150 pounds and multiply it by 7.
Ooh, wee.
Think about it.
Mm, mm,
That's what
mm.
you carrying
Look,
every time you pick that back up. How many times
mhm.
did you pick it up?
Look,
Ooh,
for those of y'all that don't know, before I had surgery, I was over 600 pounds,
my God.
right? So imagine me, for those that know me personally, I'm short in stature,
Mhm.
carrying 600
Mm-hmm.
pounds.
Mm-hmm.
My 5'5" frame carrying 630 something pounds.
My Lord.
Okay?
Mm,
Imagine that, right? And I did it for years,
my Lord.
years.
Mm,
You understand? Until one day, one of my doctors looked at me. If I don't help you now, you will die.
my God. Hmm.
Guess what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That conversation started the change.
My Lord.
Because I'm not finna die behind nobody else's foolishness.
Come on here.
Exactly.
Okay? I ain't finna die behind my own foolishness.
I know
My
that's right.
Lord. My Lord.
Whatever you got to do to fix me,
Yes. Yes.
fix it. As of today, I am 474 pounds lighter.
My
Mhm.
That's
God.
what I'm saying.
Look at God.
So I'm telling
Jesus.
you, it is possible,
Yes.
but you have to be the one to change it.
That's right.
Yes.
You have to be your own change agent.
That's right.
Yes.
Nobody else can do it for you.
Come on.
Ain't nobody come to you and say, "Oh, I carried this load for you today."
That's right.
Don't
Mm-mm.
worry about it. And it's like this person has become your storage unit.
Mhm.
Wow.
They
That's right.
told you one time that
Hmm.
they would carry something for you because they knew you weren't strong enough to do it. But
Mhm.
what did you do? You overused it,
Yes.
and you just keep bringing stuff and
Yes.
adding more stuff and
Mm.
adding more stuff like you a storage unit.
My
Right.
God.
I'm
My
gonna
God.
bring this to you and leave it right there.
Just
Mm.
leave it.
And you, like a nut, open up the door and let them
Mhm.
bring it.
Just keep letting them.
Woo. Come on here.
Let go of the dead weight.
Let it go.
It can't go into 2023.
No, it can't. No.
Will you be your own change agent?
Mm.
My God. My Lord.
My granddaddy used to always say, the change you want to see is you.
Come on
That's it.
here.
That's it. Right
Be
there.
the change.
That's
Come
what he used
on.
to always say. The change you want to see, it got to begin in you first.
It has
Mhm.
to. It has
So
to.
the question is, what change do you need? And what is it going to take for you to go ahead and change it?
Oh
Yes.
God.
Absolutely.
Don't let it have to come to something tragic for it to happen.
Please don't.
That part.
Stop saying that you think you still got time.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Time don't wait for nobody.
Nobody.
People are leaving here on a daily basis.
Yes,
Ooh.
they are.
Stop thinking, oh, I can just get my life right tomorrow.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
And tomorrow never come.
My Lord. Help us, Lord.
You know, I told y'all that there was one song I was playing it or back to back for what, 2, 3 weeks. I pray we all be ready.
Yes.
If you ain't never listened to it, listen to it. And it tells you about when God said when he come back.
Yes.
Mhm.
That two will be walking and one will be taken.
Mm.
What's gonna happen? You and a friend go out. We're gonna walk in the park today.
Mhm.
You just talking, y'all were talking for a minute. All of a sudden, everything get quiet. You think the person still walking next to you, and he done took them on,
Ooh. My God.
but you left behind.
Right.
Jesus.
You the one left behind.
Mm-mm.
Why? What didn't you do?
What didn't you do?
That part right there.
And
Mm-hmm.
you obviously weren't ready because the other person heard the call and you didn't.
Ooh, my Lord, my Lord, my Lord,
When he calls, and I'm not saying the final call, when he calls, will you answer?
my Lord.
And when he makes the final call, will you hear it?
Mm.
Mm, my
Will
God.
your ears be attuned to him to be able to hear
Yes.
it? Or will your ears still be so clogged up that when he make that last call, you don't hear it?
Ooh,
Jesus.
help us, Lord. Help us,
He's
Lord.
trying to get our attention.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
no offense, but it's in one of the worst ways possible right now. I'm
My
gonna be
Lord.
honest. Because you know what? Old folks ain't dying no more.
Mm-mm.
Right.
It's what's supposed to have been the next generation.
Right.
The
Yes.
next generation is being snuffed out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes.
Either by them taking themselves out, killing each other,
Mm-hmm.
or they being
Mm.
locked up to where they can't do what they really supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That's
But
right.
the next generation, do y'all see what's happening to it?
Ooh,
Are you
wee.
paying attention?
And it's crazy because they just don't care.
Mm-hmm.
They just
Some
don't.
of them may not. But the problem is us as the generation that knows better, what are we doing to fix it?
Right.
Right.
Will we take the time out to go talk to them?
Hmm.
Even though we think they might reject it?
Right.
Will you still be brave enough to talk to them?
Mm-hmm.
Because little do you know, funny thing is, they will stop and listen to you.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will.
When I talk to young people now, they always don't nobody had this conversation with me but you. And that's sad. You got whole parents.
But the thing about it, what I've learned is giving them their showing them their why.
Yeah.
It was a
Mm-hmm.
young lady that was in the hospital recently, and she tried to commit suicide. And she has a 9 year old, and I was like, "That's your why, baby."
Ooh-wee.
Anytime that you think about checking out of here, you think about that 9 year old. You think
Mm-hmm.
about how it's going to hinder him. You think about
Mm-hmm.
the effect it's going to have on him, and you stick around for him.
Yes.
I say it's so important for you to do this because you a hairdresser, you got a 9 year old, you a CNA, you got a long life ahead of you, and
Mm-hmm.
you still a baby.
Right.
But you got a lot of people in her situation
So
that
Right.
many.
say to themselves, "What do I have to give?"
Mhm.
Wow.
Because I've heard people say it recently.
Mm-hmm.
What do
Mhm.
I have to? I have nothing to offer. And when you feel like that, that's when it needs to be you and him,
That's
Mm.
right.
so that he can give to you what you need to give.
Yes.
Because baby, let me tell you, everybody and everything got purpose,
Yes.
regardless of what your purpose may be.
That's right.
But everybody and everything has a purpose.
Mhm.
There's a time and a place for everything.
Yes, it is.
And the Bible tells you there's also a season.
That's right.
You're going to have your seasons where everything is going to be okay.
Mhm.
You're going to have your seasons where everything may not be so okay.
Mhm.
You're going to have your seasons where it's like you have just reaped the harvest and the harvest won't stop. Then you're going to have your seasons when there ain't nothing coming. But even in all of that, again, can you hold on long enough?
Right.
Can you hold on long enough? Just hold on.
That's it.
Just hold on.
Mhm.
Because in the midst of that, you'll see so much.
Yes. Yes.
You'll see so much. And I
So true.
promise you that I just want everybody to Okay. All right. Love you, boo. Um, I promise you that I just want you guys to understand it's not a pressure thing. It's not a I can't make you do nothing you don't want to do.
That's right.
This is just a conversation.
That's it.
And the question is, what are you ready for?
Yes.
Are you ready for something different? Are you ready for something new? Because when you say I won't change, I gotta have something different. The question is, what are you willing to do different to get different?
And if you in that place of being tired, when you get in a tired state, you change some things. So make the change. Only you is stopping you. You are your worst enemy.
Right.
So just make the change. I mean, don't let anything hold you back from making that change for the better. Stop listening to the naysayers. Stop responding to the labels. You do what you know is best for you. I say it all the time. Y'all hear me say it. If you not a slice of pizza or a french fry in my life, you not paying no bills, you not putting no clothes on my back, I could care less.
I told y'all she keep talking about food. I don't understand.
I could care less about what you got to say about me. I'm sorry. You're not clothing me. You're not putting a roof over my head. There's no food on my table from you. You didn't even send me a card. Whatever you got to say, keep it to yourself.
Right.
Mind your business. Just mind
Again,
your
if
business.
it ain't positive, don't say it.
That's it. That's it right there.
If it ain't positive, don't say it. Because if it's anything else, I don't want to hear it.
That's it. That's it.
Because I'm gonna close my ears off to it. I can tell you that now. You're gonna be talking, and it just be you just gonna feel like I'm ignoring you.
I got a small circle of people that I deal with and that I listen to and that I respond to. Not
Right.
react, but I respond to
I'm
them.
telling you, you're gonna
Yeah.
think that I'm being the worst person in the world at that moment. Because I promise you, you're gonna be sitting there looking me dead in my face, talking to me, and I'm gonna be like, I promise you, I
Hmm.
will ignore you. It ain't about making you feel small, but honey, I don't have time for the negative stuff.
No, not at all.
I just don't. Right now, if it ain't nothing good, I don't have
And I know I'm not liked by a lot of people, but I don't try to make people like me.
time.
So
I so done got over that part
okay.
already. Like
It's
I
like
mean, that part is just through. I got over it already. Like
it's okay.
I'm through with it. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and I'm fine with it.
No, not
You know
at
what I mean?
all.
I mean, I know that I can just punch you in the gut with some stuff that I say, but I mean well. Trust me,
Hey,
I
and
really do.
y'all are
I mean well. I don't do it to hurt nobody's feelings, but what I don't do is I can't sugarcoat it for you though. Like
right.
a sugar coated message don't come across the way it's supposed to.
Mm-mm.
But then when you get it real and raw, it's an issue.
And so
I'm
y'all
not here,
already
I'm not
know
here to, I'm not here to tickle your ears. That
that
ain't
part.
that ain't my
That part.
my forte. That's the reason why I don't ever think that I would be that regular preacher person as they call people. That
Look,
won't
I
be
don't know
me.
what a regular preacher is, but y'all already know Coco the graceful sister. So when it come to me opening my mouth, it just don't matter. I try to be nice, sir.
Nice.
But sir,
There was a gap in between that word.
it was. But anyway.
I just can't, y'all. All I'm telling you is it's enough people saying that they want something different, but won't go after the different.
Right.
You know what I
They
mean? And that's the only reason why I brought up the whole resolution thing.
mhm.
Are you gonna do anything with the stuff you say you want to do?
No, they're not even gonna complete it. They're gonna start it. Oh, I'm going on this diet. Yeah, okay. You still eating everything in
Right.
sight. You
Like
on the seafood diet. Listen. I just told Coco I got 2 chins, so I'm about to stop eating. But y'all know I consecrate, so I'm about to start eating for real.
And then she gonna look like she about to blow away. Okay, this is what happens. So it's gonna be vice versa. Now she's complaining about her 2 chins. Next, she gonna be complaining about I need clothes. I'm about to fall away.
At least you
Okay.
know your sister.
So I'm just saying this is what it is. I know the routine. So I'm just telling y'all, at the end of the day. But like I said, I look forward to
Yes.
the consecrations, especially the one at the beginning of the year. I
Mhm.
definitely look forward to the one that we always do before the prophetic conference
Yeah.
and all that good stuff. So I'm just be consecrating a whole bunch this year.
But I consecrate at the drop of a hat. It just
Right.
don't matter. It
Yeah,
don't matter
I'm
in
gonna be
these
doing it so
days.
much. I'm gonna be doing it so much this year. It ain't even funny. I got so much
Yeah.
stuff that I have to be a part of. And when it comes down to ministry things, I always consecrate before.
Mhm.
So, I got a lot going on in 2023.
Mhm.
So it's just like, look here. Um, you know, I'm just letting y'all know ahead of time. If you hit it and it says it's going straight to voicemail, I'm currently consecrating. You
Mhm.
don't do not disturb until I decide to take it off. All right. So, just be aware. Don't say you didn't know. This is the heads up front. So like I said, if it ain't business related, ministry related, or something that I really have to do, it won't get done.
Right.
It ain't gonna get done because I got some stuff that I need from the Lord, and I'm going to get it.
I know
You
that's
get
right.
what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at right now. But I'm telling y'all, we hope that tonight's show open some eyes for some people.
Yes, definite.
Pay attention to your children. Listen to your babies. Cause just because you feel like they kids, they deal with a lot too.
Yes, they do.
They still have lives, just like you got lives. And other people's children can be real cruel.
Yes.
You understand? So what people say to each other these days is wow.
So you don't be a part of their stress.
Yeah.
Don't provoke your children. Like
Be
it's
a be
no.
a peace outlet
Mhm.
for them. At least allow them to be able to come home and just get it off.
Exactly.
Don't make them feel like when they come home from school they just they want to bypass the house.
Mhm. Oh Jesus.
Okay? Don't make the babies feel like that.
Right.
All right. But we love y'all.
Yes. And once again,
Again,
guys, I got massage oil. See? I hope y'all can see it. It's nice and thick.
that's
Yeah.
my bottle she holding. So I don't even know
This
why
I'm
she's got
sorry. I
one.
I have more bottles, but this bottle is
That's my
$20. It's gonna moisturize you very well. Very, very well. It has some CBD, some THC. It has some avocado oils. All natural products is in this bottle, so it can go anywhere and you will definitely feel the tingle. And then I have my tincture, and this
that's
is
my bottle too. I don't even. I'm just taking my claim to all myself so she won't forget it.
yes, this is her bottle. And this is full spectrum with THC. So it does have THC in it. So those of you that may want this is $50. And yeah, this is 20. But yes, you will love them.
We have a
And
website soon.
yeah, I'll have a website soon. And but for now, y'all can inbox me. That's fine, or hit Coco up. Coco will let me know because y'all tend to contact her. So and if y'all want treats, let me know. But they are infused. But let me know if you want treats. Coco is about to get her brownie. She will get that when I come up there for New Year's Eve.
Look here, before you go to judging me, let's make this painfully clear.
Painful is the
I
key
got a
word.
whole I got a whole medical card anyway. First of all right. With all of these ailments, aches, and pains I got, you better leave me be and mind your business.
Mind
Okay?
your business.
So all you got to do is worry about it that I don't never be in a place that I can't handle me. You catch
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? And I ain't never on a cloud so high that me and the Lord can't have a conversation.
I know that's right.
That's what I'm saying. So understand it. That's part of my regiment.
Yes.
All right. I've been doing it for years. And that's what gets me past where I need to be so that I can function.
Yes.
All right, without having to be on people opiates.
I
All
know
right.
that's right.
I mean, and it's natural, y'all. So don't
But let's
knock it.
talk about those opioids for a second. They are
Horrible.
horrible. But the fentanyl is so bad now that they are trying to bring the opioids back because so many people are overdosing on the fentanyl.
Yeah, but
So
I mean the opioids never went nowhere.
that part. But
They never went
they
nowhere.
don't prescribe them as much.
No, they never went nowhere. Now I ain't gonna even say. Well, I can't say that in my case. You know, I'm loaded.
Yeah, you're
I'm a
different.
pharmacist. But um,
But
but they I mean when let me put it this way, y'all. My pain level be so high that fentanyl don't work for me. So y'all know what fentanyl is doing to other people,
yeah,
killing them.
it's killing them.
If I tell you that my pain level be so bad that it don't work for me, I
You
want
gotta
you to
think
I
about that.
want you to have a thought about that.
Hmm. Think about it.
And trust me, they have given it to me and it didn't work, and they had to take me off of it because it didn't work.
Hmm.
So I'm telling you, that a lot of this stuff that is taking other people out,
You're right.
they are prescribing to other people, such as myself, and
Hmm.
it does absolutely nothing. And
Hmm.
that's the reason why when I sit back and I look at people, what? How did you get that? I
But
don't know what I missed.
please,
You know what
guys,
I'm saying? Like for real. It,
yeah. But stay away from that fentanyl, especially if you are a drinker, because
yes,
the liquor
it's
and the
worse.
fentanyl is worse, and that's
And
how
do not
people are
don't
ODing.
don't mix opiates.
No,
Let's
never.
let's let's go there. Don't mix opiates. Don't take fentanyl with oxys or
Right,
fentanyl and morphine. Don't
right,
take any strong stuff and put it together.
exactly.
Okay. Any alcohol with an opiate, it will intensify the feeling
Mhm,
that you have it. And that's the reason why some people do drink, take their stuff with um alcohol so that they
mhm,
can have a greater effect. But I'm telling you, you don't want to do that. Especially if you happen to do it and you're alone.
mhm,
And there's nobody there if your body just happened to be going in slow mo
mhm.
because you slowly ODing and you don't realize that's what's happening to you.
Exactly.
Okay. So I'm telling you to be careful.
Or you
This is
decide to lay down and go to sleep and just never get back
right.
up. So please, please.
Telling you to seriously be careful because you don't want that happening. It's not fun to feel yourself slowing down for any reason. You
Mm-mm.
catch what I'm saying? That happens to me due to my sugar issues. And so I know if somebody that's on opiates feel worse than that, it's not fun.
Right.
You catch what I'm saying? So you don't want to you don't want to have to go through that
Mhm.
because all people that start to OD don't always come back.
No, they don't.
Everybody is not able to be saved
Mm-mm.
when they go into OD mode. That is not something
Right.
that you want, and you don't want to watch somebody going through it either
Not at
because
all.
it sucks when you don't feel like you can help. You know what I mean? So I'm just telling y'all. And sometimes, um, and just because they give you Narcan, can you give it to yourself if you OD?
No. No.
So please tell me what good is it gonna do if you are about to OD, you are alone, you can't give it to yourself. It doesn't help. Don't think because they gave you the Narcan, that's a reason for you to go out and get it.
Mm-mm.
Okay? It's too many people dying from stuff, y'all.
Yes.
I mean, daily. I just watched the lady who had already lost her daughter. She just recently lost her 17-year-old son because somebody gave this boy a Tylenol laced with fentanyl. after
Jesus.
a football practice and he dropped dead.
Jesus.
Don't take other people's stuff. If
Mm-mm.
you don't know what it is, it won't prescribe with your name on the front of the bottom.
That part.
I suggest you leave it where it is.
Exactly.
Okay? Because you don't know what it's gonna do to you. So
Mm.
don't be having your hand out for people's stuff unless you know for a fact that it is what it say on the front of the bottle.
That's right.
It could be a bottle that say Tylenol, it'll be something totally different.
That's right.
Okay? Don't be taking stuff from people these days
Hmm.
because it's no joke. People are lacing people's stuff.
Yes, they are.
They was lacing the Halloween candy.
It's crazy.
Y'all giving out edibles to the children.
That's crazy.
Okay? Yeah, it was all over the newspapers here. Edibles in the bag, people, children zooted out, laid out, foaming at the mouth.
Mm. Jesus.
Okay? Don't do that. We talking about 5-year-old babies. And you done gave them so much stuff in the edible that is more it's too much for an adult.
Jesus.
Nonetheless, a 5-year-old kid.
Mm. Lord Jesus. Mm.
Let's be aware of what's happening in society, y'all.
Yes.
Don't act like we don't know, and we want to look over some stuff, but everything can't be looked over. Some stuff just don't need to be. Period.
Hmm.
Catch it. So y'all pay attention. Stick around for what My Life Has Destiny has coming down the pipe. What
Yes.
Trailblazers Radio as a whole has coming down the pipe. Stay tuned for
Curvy world.
Corby Roll and what is it? Polished on purpose.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know what Quint. You said what you call it? You think? What you gonna call your stuff?
Oh, pure pleasure.
That's what the whole line gonna be.
Yes, it's gonna be
Okay,
pure pleasure massage oils. I'm coming out with some lotion. I got my tinctures and my edibles.
okay. So y'all heard it. Pure pleasure. All right.
Mhm.
And not only that, y'all gotta remember that well, my stuff will be coming out finally here between January and February. But Quint and Fred and Bobby already are authors. They already have books out. Please go cop the books. You catch what I'm saying? Me and LXG gonna be running up on each other here come January and February. Her stuff is coming out, and so is mine. All right. So I'm telling y'all, get it together. Support one another. It's not a crab in the barrel mentality. Trust me, it's enough out in the world for everybody.
That's right.
We ain't gotta put nobody down. If you don't like it and you don't want to support, don't. But supporting people is free.
Yes,
You catch what I'm saying? It's word of mouth. All you gotta do is share what you see.
that's it.
That's it. If it ain't for you, just share it.
That's it.
'Cause maybe somebody you know need it.
But I tell you, if y'all suffer with pain in your body, listen, this massage oil is it. I'm telling you, it's it right there. It's it right there. All right. But we,
And I know y'all been sending me questions all night, but tonight was not Q&A.
we can
Tonight
answer.
was not Q&A, and I would say that maybe we might do a pop-up show and do some Q&A for y'all, but I
Who's on?
mean,
Who's
I
on
don't
tomorrow?
uh, nobody don't think.
We could do a pop up tomorrow.
Okay, well, y'all heard it from her. We could do a pop-up tomorrow, depending on what time. Because I know oh the conference starts tomorrow. Yeah.
Which
So it
conference?
depends on what time.
Which conference?
From beauty to ashes.
Who's that?
Uh Apostle Dale.
Okay. Are
Yeah.
they live? Okay. I
Starts
got her.
tomorrow. And then it's
What time is
tomorrow, 7. It's tomorrow and Saturday, earlier in the day. And then we have watch night service at 10. And I'm so super excited. So I'm telling y'all, and y'all will see me post up the flyers for everything here in a minute. But I'm telling y'all, enjoy, watch night. Enjoy your New Year's Eve. Bring it in with the bang, but bring it in the right way. All
Mhm.
right. And be safe. Be safe. Be safe. Be safe. Be safe. Because I love y'all and I want everybody to be okay. You hear me? So that's all I got for y'all tonight. Unless Quint got something else for y'all before we get off.
Nah, we
That's
gonna get
gonna
off.
be it. Y'all know the lovely motto. I love you to life and I love you to live. Please live every day on purpose and make it count.
Yes.
All right. So we love y'all. And if we have the time to bring it in, we'll do a pop-up show tomorrow. If not, y'all get the first Q&A section session in the new year.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
So we love y'all. Y'all have a great rest of your night. Have a safe weekend.
Night night.
If we don't talk to you again. All right. So good night.